And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to Unlimited Freedom. This is Vaughn with Unlimited Freedom. We're going live here on a Friday. It is 12 p.m. Central Time, and we're going to crack into some Q&A, talk for a while. So, guys, feel free to throw whatever chats you like in the chat. We'll have some fun chatting back and forth. Just whatever's on, whatever you're thinking about with the platforms. It's all open. There's no topic that is off topic, right? You can talk about anything you want. So I'm just now learning that we're having a situation with YouTube where and I don't know how they're going to do this, right? But they are talking about, right, like not allowing people to put clickable links on their YouTube videos. So basically, they don't want anybody clicking off YouTube and linking to another website, like even Facebook or LinkedIn or any type of other website. So it's kind of a control thing. Hello, Zion. Yeah, I don't know why the lawyers are not putting out a statement, but oftentimes it's because they're in a civil case and they don't want to talk about anything until they get certain issues resolved. It's a very, very fine line when you're in a civil case because once you're in the court system civilly, maybe some prosecutors out there might want to charge you criminally, right? So usually, especially with like white collar stuff, you end up getting civil suits first, and then based on those civil suits, they'll do depositions, they'll do sworn statements, and they'll try to catch you in a lie, or they'll try to catch you in some maybe you didn't have all the information, and then if they catch that, then they'll bring criminal charges, right? So it's a touch and go type of situation. I know that if I was in a civil case and my lawyer told me not to talk, and my lawyer said it's not in our best interest to put out a statement right now, I'd have to go along with it, right? Because at the end of the day, once you've got a case, you're in a battle of the lawyers, man. You're in the court system, you're in a battle of the lawyers. And the court system through due process will take away your money, will take away your assets, will take away your freedom. Ultimately, they have the power to take away your life, and not just your life, but they can make your family's life a living hell also. So remember, it's not just when somebody's being drugged through the court system, it's not just them that suffers, it's the people they care about, it's their family, it's their loved ones, right? So the easy answer there is just to say that, hey, probably probably what the lawyers would suggest probably is that it's not in their best interest to put out a statement, or they would have put out a statement, right? And it might still happen, right? Like I said, with the iMarkets Live, when they went through this, they went through a 2-year process, right? Before, and it was just like out of commission for 2 years, right? While they were going back and forth with the courts, they were going back and forth with the SEC, they were going back and forth with the regulatory powers that be, right? The regulators, and trying to, figure out how can we get compliant. So you're saying we're not being compliant. So how can we become compliant? Having my organic coffee from Live Good. Shout out to Live Good for the awesome organic coffee. So yeah, this is going to be a good one, guys. It's a good day. It's a good time to be in the space. It's good to chat with you guys. Good to talk to you on here. Wally, Novatech don't even have a statement for the public out of respect. Straight disrespectful. Doesn't matter what case they are in. Transparency is always key. True, until you get to the point where you might be being charged criminally, right? Then at that point, you're if people didn't have your attention beforehand, right? Okay, Michael, if you keep doing this, you're gonna get booted. I'm gonna have to figure out how to boot you out. Let me see how to do that. Okay, you're going in timeout. Okay. Michael, you're now in timeout. Okay. Yeah, he's in timeout. If he comes back, if he comes back and does it again, I'll kick him. Well, I mean, yeah, transparency. And here's where I agree with you. They should have been transparent from the start. I think if they would have been more transparent from the start, they could have avoided this, right? Let's rewind. Let's take the clock back right, to October 2022. Okay, back in October 2022, they got that California case. They were having problems in Canada. They had problems in Russia, right? So Russia, Canada, California, back in 2022, around October 2022, September, October, they were starting to get these cease and desist orders, right? And they didn't talk about it. And that is what I think. I mean, I think they contributed to causing their own bank run, right? Because they didn't talk about the cease orders, right? I mean, hindsight is 2020, right? But like today, if it were to happen, I mean, it would behoove a CEO of a company to come out to their people and be like, "Hey, okay, guys, we got these cease and desist orders. Here's what happened. Here's what they got right. Here's what they got wrong. Here's what we're going to do about it. Don't panic. Everything's under control." If they would have just said something as simple as that, they could have stopped this huge bank run that happened. But because they weren't saying anything and they had the cease and desist orders, people out there panicked, started pulling their money out. Boom, 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 boom. And you got this person pulling their money out, that person pulling their money out, large sums of money to the point where they just liquidated all the liquid assets that Novatech had left. Right. And Novatech, to their credit, paid those people out as much as they could for as long as they could. Right? They're like, okay, you want your withdrawal? Here you go. You want your withdrawal? Here you go. You want your withdrawal? Here you go. Boom, 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 boom. Withdraw, 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 withdraw. So all that money went back out to the clients, and a lot of those clients made a lot of money. Right? A lot of people made large sums of money during that with the whole withdrawal process. Now I know that I was one of the last people to get my withdrawal because right after my withdrawal came in, boom, they came out with the statement, "Hey, we're going to have to freeze the trading account." And I knew at that point they were in big, big trouble. But maybe not all of those people would have withdrawn, Wally, if they would have been more transparent in the first place. Right? Maybe if they would have come out in the first place and said, "Hey, here's what happened. Here's what we're going to do about it." Boom, 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 boom. Maybe that would have stiffened off the panic. If they would have said, "Hey, don't panic. We got this. We're going to take care of this." Maybe that would have stiffened off the panic. Maybe that would have caused more people to leave their money in there. And maybe it wouldn't have been such a big, bad bank run. Okay. However, it revealed, right? The Novatech bank run revealed a chink in the armor of crypto companies in the crypto passive income space. The Novatech bank run revealed a chink in the armor of crypto companies, passive income companies in the crypto space. And that chink in the armor was they didn't have a plan against a bank run, right? Which is why, shout out to Vortic United. I really respect what Vortic United has done in terms of locking up the deposits for a certain amount of time. So before you even start, you have to agree that your deposit is going to be locked in there for a certain amount of weeks. What does that do? That allows them to keep the lion's share, the largest amount possible of their liquidity, keep it in there. And they can't have a bank run because this person has 32 weeks, this person has 40 weeks, right? This person has 36 weeks. You can't just go in there and boom and have everybody request their withdrawal at the same time because they agreed at the beginning that their funds were going to be locked up for a certain amount of time, certain period of time. And I think that technology, that lever, right, that they put in is a lever that is going to protect them from getting a bank run. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you would have wanted Novatech to go back and do this the right way, but they made mistakes. But other platforms have learned from Novatech's mistakes, right? And have learned from it. And so the knowledge is increasing, the knowledge in the industry is increasing, and the ability to put levers in place and to put checks and balances in place so that those things don't happen again is coming out with some of the newer platforms, right? And so that's why I think it behooves us. And I think and I know I did this for myself. I think everybody should do it, right? But it behooves us to diversify in the space, right? And to have, like, instead of, for example, I always say, instead of having $10,000 in one platform, why not put $1,000 into 10 different platforms? That way you spread your risk, right? You diversify, You see what I mean? And that's what I think would be a real in moving forward. I think for the individual investor, I think that's going to be a good solution. Zion, understood. At this point, I really see it hard for them to come back. At this point, who would feel comfortable investing any significant money if they have went 2 months radio silent? Yeah, I mean, the same thing happened with. Okay, dude, you're getting kicked. Bye bye. So what iMarkets Live did was they came back and they rebranded, right? They rebranded, basically started a whole new company, right? But they had been iMarkets Live. They came back out, they rebranded, and they were successful. So that is a path that has been followed in the past, right? They went from being a crypto, well, not a crypto trader, but a forex trading platform where, yeah, and this was during the right after the dot com bubble, right? And once the internet really started picking up speed at the end of the 90s, the early 2000s, 2010s, and now here we are in the 20s, right? Where it's the 20s, right? The 2020s, right? But once the internet started picking up speed, iMarkets Live was one of the first ones to understand that, hey, we could pull a large sum of money from a lot of investors on the internet, trade it in forex, and make a lot of people a lot of money with our skill and knowledge of forex, which was a great idea. The problem is they didn't count on the regulators coming in and saying, hey, you can't do that, right? Which is what happened. And so they went to court. They did the whole 2-year deal. I cannot moderate this user. Remove. Okay. So what's more than so the path anyway is sorry guys, I got this idiot here writing crazy stuff in my comments in my chat. So I'm trying to get him kicked, but now it's saying that I can't, but whatever. Anyway, keep going here. So the path is, and the path that iMarkets Live created was from an actual forex trading platform to an educational platform, right? And so what they do now is they send out signals, right, to people, and the people make the trades on their own, right? So it's like kind of like what I was doing in my Telegram group. I had to disband my Telegram group, guys. So for all you guys who've bought my trading course and you were in the trading Telegram group, I had to get rid of it, right? Because people were just going straight to the Telegram without purchasing the course. And I told you, I told everybody you can't do that, right? If you do that, I'm going to no, I'll stop the I'll end the group, right? Which is what I ended up doing. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. They now give out trading signals. And they have a lot of people who are with their company. I mean, they're one of the biggest MLM companies out there now, right? And so they went from getting totally shut down, 2-year hiatus, came back and became, but they rebranded, right? And that's probably what we'll see with NOVATECH, right? We'll see something like, I don't know, a new company name, maybe a new face, right? Maybe Cynthia and Eddie, excuse me, will still be calling the shots, but maybe they'll put a new face out there, right? So people might not know that, hey, it's still the same people. I don't know, right? That's just the possibilities. But right now, if they don't get this stuff straightened out with the courts, they're not going to be able to do anything. Thank you for that. Yeah, the clown is out. The clown is out. Tofu, what's going on? Tofu says, thanks for all your content, man. Obviously, there are no guarantees, but this stuff can be life changing. Okay, yeah, just let me know if that keeps up with the microphone going in and out. Let's see if I can turn this up a little. Okay, so yeah, thanks for all your content, man. Obviously, there are no guarantees, but this stuff can be life changing. Changing, absolutely. I mean, my life is changed, right? Because just from the point of like actually being able to just go about my life, go about my business, and know that I'm going to be able to make such a large sum of money, weekly, monthly, and yearly from my passive income platforms alone. Right. And then the knowledge that I don't now, I'm still going to trade, right? I still trade every day. I'm never going to stop because it's just part of who I am now, right? I love doing it. Still going to make the YouTube videos. I love doing this. I love coming on here and sharing the sauce with you guys, talking about the journey. Having a community of like-minded people where we can go after this thing. I'm still going to do my small businesses because I have small businesses outside of the internet. However, it's nice to know that I don't have to, right? Because from the money that I make on the passive income crypto platforms alone, it's enough to just retire right now, and I wouldn't have to do anything, right? Other than just continue to manage those investments and like if one of them falls off, get into a new one, things like that. But other than that, just being able to do whatever I want, right? Have the time freedom, the financial freedom. So it's huge. Yeah, and you're exactly right. There are no guarantees, but a greater risk also comes with a greater reward if you do things correctly, right? So while there are no guarantees, it gives us the opportunity to be in a high risk, possible high yield, high reward space, right? Which was not available before these types of things came out. It was already available for the super rich. The super rich could get involved in things like this because they had millions that they could go and get involved in it with, right? They could put millions into the stock market, right? They could live off of the dividends because they had the money in the first place. And what the DeFi has done, right? What decentralized finance has done is it's opened up these types of opportunities for everybody, right? A lot of these opportunities you can get in for as low as $50, right? $50 to start. We've never had that in the past. It is literally, we've never had that in history, right? Until now. So this is a changing time that we're in. Crypto is a new technology. Not to mention artificial intelligence is another new technology. It hasn't been here in the past, right? So for everybody coming on here saying that they know what's going on, it's this, that, and the other thing, they don't know. You can't know. It hasn't happened before. There's no way to know. It's a Ponzi scheme. Okay. Give me a freaking break already with the Ponzi scheme. Here's the thing, guys. If you like the business, it's a great business. If you don't like the business, all of a sudden it's a Ponzi scheme, right? It's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. Why? Because I don't like it. But I like this business. So, geez, guys, I was an insurance broker. Do you think that insurance? I mean, you want to call something a Ponzi scheme? Come on. We like this Ponzi scheme, so we're going to call it a business. We don't like this Ponzi scheme, so we're going to call it a Ponzi. And it's totally hypocritical garbage. And the fact is, for all these people coming on here running their mouth, they don't know because it hasn't happened before, right? It's a new technology, it's a new industry. And you're absolutely right. Shout out to you, Tofu. It can be life changing. And that's why we do this, right? That's why we're passionate about it. That's why we talk about it, right? That's why we take pains to explain how it works, to warn people. Never invest anything you can't afford to lose, right? Withdraw early, withdraw often, right? Diversify, right? Developmental toughness. Do the things that you're going to need to do, right? Spread your risk out. Do the things you're going to need to do to be a smart person in this space, and you can achieve they've taken off the sky. The sky used to be the limit. Now they've taken that away. You can go further. Guys, change is opportunity, right? Change is opportunity. And if they are going to legislate it away, if they are going to, this brings me back to what's going on with YouTube, and I will get back to that. If they are going to, if they are going to try to shut our mouth, they're going to try to shut us down. They're going to try to censor us. It doesn't matter because DeFi, by definition, is finance controlled by the people themselves. That's what is so alluring about it. That's what's so powerful about it. That's why so many people are taking the orange pill, because the orange pill cannot be regulated. Right? What are you going to do? Take away the whole internet? Go ahead. They've already got Web 2, they've already got Web 3. Take away one internet, they're going to build another one. You can't stop this. So why not get involved? We're at the ground floor, right? This is the orange pill, titanium pill, stainless steel sauce that nobody else has given to you. Hit the like button because nobody else is giving you the same kind of sauce that I'm giving you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. They're just not doing it, guys. I mean, we're bringing the energy, we're bringing the time, we're bringing the knowledge, we're bringing the history, we're bringing everything. Nobody else is doing it the way that we're doing it right here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. It just is what it is, right? It's not a brag, it's not a boast, it just straight up is. All right. Cynthia Pettion, and this is Wally again. Cynthia Pettion is working real estate. Supposedly, some dude made a whole website exposing them. Yeah, go ahead and send me a link to that. I'll check it out. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, if they, I mean, I do businesses outside of this, right? I do businesses outside of the crypto stuff. So I mean, if she's got a real estate business, that's fine with me. More power to her, right? I mean, I think that what happened with Novatech is sort of unfair in the first place. I think there was some stuff they could have done to handle it better, absolutely. But I think that they took him out, guys. They took him out. It's like I said in the video, grassy knoll, right? The shooter on the grassy knoll, right? They took him out. You be the judge as to why. Okay, Michael, what I don't know what your deal is. But I guess thank you for giving me the comments because you're going to help me in the YouTube algorithm, right? Like every time somebody comments, it boosts me up in the algorithm. So all your comments have actually boosted me up and probably sent this out to more people. So thank you, I guess. Zion, hate trolls. Yeah, man, it's just a reality of the internet, right? I mean, you better like if you're going to go into the public sphere like the internet, or like if you want to do a YouTube channel or you want to start a business where you're going to be in the public, just be ready because they're going to the internet is merciless, man. They'll find out everything. They'll put your business out there. They'll say things that even aren't true, right? It's the name of the game, right? It's part of it, and you just got to be ready for it, right? And especially with a history like mine, like I knew it was only a matter of time before somebody brought up my criminal history and things of that nature and started putting me on blast about all that. I knew it, right? I knew, but I did it anyway because really, I am who I am. I'm not really, I was never running from it. I'm not really, I mean, did I make mistakes? Of course. Right. Would I do things different today? Of course. Yes, of course. But, at the same time, it's like I'm not that I had to go to that place to get to this one. All right. So, okay. So Zion says, good Lord. Okay, Fred, you're about to get kicked. There you go. Bye bye. See you later, Fred. Zion. So if Novatech was flagged by the SEC, does this mean all crypto platforms are doomed? No, no, man. I mean, look. Here's the thing. What Novatech tried to do was they tried to trade crypto in the United States and they tried to do their forex operations overseas, but it didn't work, right? Because they were U.S. soil and because they were mingling the profits from the forex trading with the profits from the crypto trading. That's what got them in trouble, right? So no. overseas platforms are not going to be under the jurisdiction of the United States. So the SEC is not going to be able to do anything about them, right? So that's why I tell everybody, go ahead and get a VPN, go ahead and get an iPostal address, do whatever you need to do, right? So that, we can have a future in this space, right? Because, they're just, you can't stop real freedom. Like you can, you see how they're canceling people these days and they're trying to shut down free speech, but they can't really do it, can they? It's going to be the same as crypto programs. But literally what happened was that the forex is what got them in trouble, right? It was the forex trading. Cash money, Novatech not that smart. Should have made changes after the second year. Yeah, and the nice thing about that though, Cash, is that we can look back on it now and we can see what they did wrong, right? So whether Novatech comes back or not, other companies can learn from their mistakes, and I believe have learned from their mistakes. I mean, like some companies don't even want to touch the United States now, right? And it's just one of those things. It's a shame because this is a new technology, this is a new industry. It's a flourishing industry. There's a lot of money to be made here, right? There's and the United States, like for the first time, really is saying we don't want it, right? So and that's kind of where it's going. I hear they're doing something in Colorado, right? They're testing a universal income, meaning the government is literally sending people like $1,200 to $1,500 a month to see how it works, to see what the people do, to see what they spend the money on, right? And it's almost becoming this thing where it's like we just want to push business out and we want to kind of control everything, like including your pay, right? And it's like it's crazy, but that's what's happening, right? And that's what's happening right now as we speak. So that brings me back to the YouTube situation. I'm going to put something here in the chat. Rumble.com, ladies and gentlemen. Who can hear this, anybody who watches this video, anybody who watches the Unlimited Freedom Network, make sure that you join rumble.com and follow Unlimited Freedom Network on rumble.com. I'm putting all my videos up on Rumble, right? And Rumble is going to allow me to do whatever I need to do, share my links, right? Put whatever I want in the description because YouTube apparently is going to try to start cracking down on people like sharing links. Like, okay, now you don't want people to share links. So it's just, unfortunately, it is what it is. But that's not going to stop what we're doing here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. We're just going to go over to Rumble, right? So just go to rumble.com, right? If you ever stop seeing me on YouTube, go to Rumble because I guarantee you that's where I went, right? So if my videos ever stop on YouTube, go over to Rumble. You'll be able to find me there, right? Because I'm bringing you the orange pill, titanium pill, stainless steel sauce that nobody else is bringing you. I'm saying things that nobody else is willing to say, right? I'm sharing things that nobody else is willing to share. And because of that, you just when you do that in life, you automatically get a target put on you, right? The people target you. They come, they want to take you out. So you guys have to understand that this is going to, some people are going to think this is great, right? Some people hate us YouTubers, right? They don't want us talking about the platforms. They don't want us being out here, right? But for other people, this is your link to the space, right? I am your bridge, right, to the crypto space, right? And if they take your bridge away, well, then you're not going to have the latest news, right? You're not going to know what's happening with the platforms, right? You're not going to have emergency meetings, emergency broadcasts. You're not going to have the links in the description so you can go check out the platforms for yourself if they follow through with this, right? And if they do this. I'm going to be on rumble.com, guys, because Rumble does not censor. right? You can say anything on, right? You can put anything in the description on rumble.com. That means it's right. And because of that, guys, weirdos on rumble.com. Of course there are. Right. So anybody can say anything. It doesn't, nobody gets kicked off for anything. You things. Right. But having said that, it's a marketplace of ideas, which I still believe in. I think, hey, let's let everybody have their ideas, and the best ideas are going to rise to the top, and the stupid ideas are going to fall to the bottom and get trodden underfoot just like they should. We don't need to censor people, right? If someone's an idiot, you're going to be able to tell they're an idiot, right? We ought to be smart enough to do that, right? And so that's why make sure you guys, if you're not on Rumble, make sure that you join Rumble and follow me on Rumble. And I'm going to be talking about that. Why? Because YouTube is talking about, taking us out the game. Right? So if YouTube's going to take us out the game, hey, I'm going to start talking about Rumble. All right. So at this point, guys, what we'll do is, once again with the chat, feel free to shoot me a chat. We'll keep talking back and forth. I really like to talk with you guys. So if you got anything you want to talk about, boom, there you go. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to get into some of the comments, some of last week's comments, and we'll go over some of those. So here is a comment on NOVATECH. This person says, I appreciate the objectivity. You have given NOVATECH some real hard feedback, some of which I disagree with, but some of which were valid. Your point on this question that was raised is a valid one. Okay, so yeah, I mean, look, I'm not asking anybody to agree with everything that I say, right? But what I am going to do is and what I'm committed to doing is giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly of these platforms. So what you ought to be able to take away is that if there is something that's going wrong, you ought to be able to take away that your buddy Vaughn here at the Unlimited Freedom Network will share that with you, right? If I see something bad, I'm going to share it, right? If I think something is not right, I'm going to share it, right? And what that's going to do is going to allow me, and it's going to allow you and whoever watches this network, it's going to allow us to, hopefully make smarter decisions, and also be aware, right, if some platforms are headed towards trouble, right, so that we can get out before they completely fail or rug pull or whatever you want to call it. And so, yeah, I mean, I can be critical. I can be critical, but my criticism is constructive, right? I don't hate on people, right? I give constructive criticism, right? And I still stand by it, right? If back in the day, if NOVATECH, back last year, if NOVATECH would just come out and said, hey, guys, we are having a problem with these cease and desist orders. Here's what we're going to do about it. Here's what we're going to move forward. Don't panic. Everything's going to be okay. If they would have just done something as simple as that, I think that would have saved them from getting into as much problems as they're now in, right? But hey, hindsight is 2020, right? And yeah, you can. I don't care if somebody disagrees with me. I mean, as long as you're respectful, right? And I'm going to respect your beliefs. You respect my beliefs, and we can have a good discourse. We can have a good conversation, right? I don't run from disagreement. I don't flee from disagreement, right? And I also, I don't want everybody to just agree with everything I say. That's no fun, right? So let's bounce some ideas off one another, and see what we come up with, right? So appreciate the comment. Next up. Are you still turning your mana in Mage Wars into Rune and waiting until season 2, or is Mage Wars dead in the water? Thanks. I'm still logging in every day, and I'm still trading my mana for Rune every single day. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to build the tower. I'm going to continue to do what can be done right inside the platform, and yeah, but as far as it being dead, I don't know. Let me go. Let me go see when the last actual message was sent out by them. Give me just 1 second here. Okay, here we go. All right. When did this message come out? July 30th, right? So the last time Mage Wars gave a message was July 30th, right? And it is now August 11th. So that's not a good sign. I mean, if they're planning on like coming out with 2.0 or whatever, they should be communicating. Right, but here's what they said. The first season of Mage Wars blockchain project has come to an end. It's probably no secret to anyone that the project was adversely affected by panic sparked by a certain group of users, right? So they're saying that a certain group of users went on a selling spree. But one thing puzzles us. Why would they do this when the project was just starting to flourish and had the potential to operate profitably for a long time? Okay, huge advertising budgets were allocated for promotion, attracting new users every day, and the project was loved by all. That's true. I had good high hopes for Mage Wars. I really thought it was an interesting project. However, this market is aggressive, and no matter how many fans we have, competitors will always be close by. In the second season, we will completely eliminate the human factor and create maximum protection against such incidents. Rest assured, our detractors will be kicking themselves in frustration. We will not stoop to the level of our competitors by spreading rumors about them. After all, it is widely known who the leader in the DApp project market is and that all the others are merely cheap and pathetic imitations. Okay, so looks like there's a little bit of behind the scenes beef going on, and they which I don't know exactly what's happening, but they apparently they've got a problem with somebody and they're blaming somebody for this behind the scenes. We know that some users may have moved to other projects out of desperation, but when we return, they will once again be creating magic within our community. Right? We give a tight embrace to our fans and to the haters and competitors, a swift kick in the rear. Stay tuned and closely follow the news so you don't miss our announcement. Best regards, Mage Wars team. And that announcement came out at 8 a.m. on July 30th, right? And it is now uh, August 11th. So, I mean, and that's all I know, right? And so I know as much as you do at this point. I'm waiting to get the announcement, right? And if the announcement comes, I'll come on there. But in the meantime, since I do have a lot of value in Mage Wars, I'm just continuing to build up the tower, to hire new mages, right? To do all that stuff. And from time to time, I'm also checking to see if I can sell any of this mana for B&B. So if I am able to successfully sell some mana for B&B, I'll let you guys know that as well. So I'm checking in on that every day. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see what else we got in the comment section. This person said, I'm thinking about joining Vortic United, but I'm unsure if it will last long. Okay, now I appreciate that comment, right? And I appreciate that question because there are no stupid questions and there are no stupid comments, right? I think the only stupid question is a question that somebody doesn't ask. So here's the thing about the crypto trading space and the crypto platform space. We're not banking. Nobody's banking on these things to quote unquote last long. What we're trying to do is we're trying to put in some seed money, make our seed money back, make some profits, take the profits out, rinse and repeat. Okay, in order to do that, you don't need a project to last long. You just need it to last long enough to make your money back and get a little bit of profit and then repeat the process. Okay. So here's one thing that a lot of people ought to learn, especially if anybody actually lost money in Novatech, or you're not necessarily lost, but your money is like it's like out in the ether somewhere, you can't get it. Right. One lesson to be taken away from that is that a lot of people I know they were in Novatech thinking that this thing was just going to go on and on and on, and they never took any money out. They never took any profit. Some people didn't even take their seed money out, right? They were just trying to compound to kingdom come, right? And they were doing this 5-year, 6-year, 7-year, 8-year plan. That's not the way to be profitable in this space. So, what your question tells me is that you do not yet have a firm grip and a firm understanding of the crypto trading space. You don't have a firm understanding of these crypto platforms because just by asking that question, you're telling me that what you're looking for is a long term, safe, secure investment. And if that's the case, go buy SPY, right? Get a Robinhood account and go buy SPY, right? The S&P 500 ETF. That's the safest thing you can do. Right? That's the most long-term thing you can do because the SPY is attached to the 500 top companies in the economy at any given time. Right? And it makes around, right, not quite, but around 10% per year. Right? Per year. So you're not going to get any of the high yield rewards like you get with the crypto platforms. Remember what I was saying earlier, guys? Higher risk, higher reward, right? Higher risk, higher reward. So your investment will be safe. Your investment will be long term, but you're going to have to sacrifice a lot of profits. See what I'm saying? So the trick is to learn how to navigate this space. Learn how to navigate the crypto space. Learn how to navigate the passive income platform space, right? And in doing so, you're going to be able to enjoy a greater amount of profits. But you won't have the mentality that it's going to last long, right? You won't. That mentality will be gone if you're doing this the right way. And that's a good teachable moment. And it's a teachable moment that everybody in the space, we need to remind ourselves of that. You got to have a plan, right? In any type of business venture that you're going into, you got to have a plan. Now, this is a great business because you can do it behind your computer. You can do it in the comfort of your home. You can create passive income, right? So you start having money that's reliably coming in week after week, month after month. And you can make you can literally reverse engineer a yearly income for yourself. This is a beautiful business. I love this business, right? But just like any other business, you got to have a game plan, right? What you track gets better. What you track gets better, right? Have a tracker, have a game plan. Open up a Google spreadsheet, right? Make yourself a plan, right? A strategy. And if you don't have one, keep continuing to tune in to the Unlimited Freedom Network as I give you guys my strategy. I tell you my plan. I'm an open book, right? I tell you exactly what's going on. I don't pull my punches, right? I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so that's what I would say in response to your comment. But I think it's a great comment, right? So guys, any question that you have, it's better to ask it, better to figure it out up front than to just roll the dice on something and then have something bad happen and have to learn from it that way. Right? It's better to just get the knowledge up front and pay attention to the knowledge, right? Instead of actually having to go through the actual hardships. I've always been a knowledgeable person, right? I've always been an intelligent person. That's been a gift, and it's been in some cases not so much because I like let's take the Bible for example. I read the Bible in the past. I knew what was in there, but I didn't heed a lot of the warnings. I didn't heed a lot of the things that I should have. Right? I would have listen, guys, I would have learned in a much better way if I would have actually read the book and then heeded the warnings instead of having to go through some of the things that I had to go through. That's just me. Right? And it's the same thing with this space, right? It's the same thing. Right? There's people here who are going to give you the sauce, who want to see you win. Right? And because that's what it is. Right? A rising tide rises all the raises all the boats. Wayne, what's going on, Wayne? Thank you, Vaughn, for the information. It's like a course meal. You're welcome, Wayne. I appreciate you. Guys, and not only a meal, it's got some special sauce. Okay, because here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, I'm giving you that orange pill, titanium pill, stainless steel pill sauce that nobody else is giving to you. So hit the like button because nobody else is bringing you the same kind of sauce that I'm bringing you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, right? And I'm going to go ahead and say that we had some trolls in the chat today, and I think that's a good sign, right? Because trolls don't bother people who aren't doing anything, right? You got to be doing something to have trolls come to your chat, I think. Uh, okay. So how's the sound, guys? I got a couple people telling me that the sound is going in and out. Let's see what's going on here. Don't know what's going on with the mic. I guess the mic's just go. Oh, I know what it is. It's because I'm yelling. The mic is it's tuning me out because I'm yelling. So I'll try to tone it down a little bit. That's what's going on. Okay, Bruce, what's going on, Bruce? Good to see you here. I'm glad you're here. Hey, brother, keep up the sauce. Everyone buy the course. I'm up 16% today. I'm going back to trading market is a good day. That's awesome, man. 16% is amazing. And Bruce is one of my loyal subscribers. He purchased the trading course, link in the description. He purchased my trading course and he's a success story, right? He's been doing good. He's been getting, he's been getting nice percentages. I mean, imagine what you can do with 16% in one day, right? A lot of the platforms we talk about on here, we're happy if they get 5% a day. We're ecstatic, right? We're ecstatic if they get 4% a day, right? But but what he's doing is he's getting, like, look at this, 16% in one day, right? And you that can be done, right? But you got to get the sauce, right? So and you also have to devote a little bit of time to learning. But here's what I say about learning the skill of trading. Once you learn the skill of trading, you now have a skill set that nobody can take away from you. So you guys know that in this space, some of the platforms rug pull, but a skill that you learn will never rug pull because you know it's in your head, dude. You learned it, right? It's in your head. A skill that you learn is not going to rug pull. And you can go into the markets anytime and create success, create wealth, and create large sums of money, right? Bruce was part of my Telegram group also, and I really enjoyed having that Telegram group with you guys. But what ended up happening is what I thought was going to happen is people just stopped buying the course and just went straight to the Telegram group. So that's not going to work, right? That's not going to work. So if I choose to do another Telegram group, I'm going to have to figure out a better way to do it. So, and I take full responsibility. I'm still learning, right? I'm not an expert on Telegram, right? I'm still a lot of this stuff I'm still learning. All right. Flacco said, I can't hear you. Your mic. Hopefully, what's up, Flacco? Good to see you here. Hopefully, you can hear me better now. Yvonne says, gold pills. Yes, that's right. Orange pill, platinum pill, stainless steel pill. That's what I'm talking about. So hit the like button because nobody else is giving you the same kind of sauce. We got Zion Asher in the building. He says, better. What are your top 5 platforms like NOVATECH? Okay, so shout out to you for asking that. I will go over those with you. Also, remember, guys, I go over my top 5 platforms every week on Payday Thursday. So I do a segment every single week here on YouTube called Payday Thursday. And every Payday Thursday, I give my honorable mentions and I also give my top 5 platforms. But let me go ahead and let you know what my top 5 are right now. Coming in at number 5, I have Rento Trade. I like Rento Trade because it's a simple platform. It's very easy to use. It's user friendly, and they do 12.5% a week, which is crazy. I mean, just that return alone, it really is impressive. And you know, so they're sitting at my number 5 right now, right? Because one of the things and I had to go over these top 5, and I had to go and rearrange some of these. And the reason why I did it, guys, is because some of these platforms get into the realm where some of them are too hard for the average person to understand, right? Because it's like, guys, the average person doesn't have time to sit there and learn about a platform for hours and hours and hours and hours. They just don't have the time to do it. They're busy. Maybe they got kids, they got relationships, they got jobs. I mean, they don't have time to sit there and learn some complicated thing, right? So, I had to take that into account when mentioning my top 5. So now I like to put simpler platforms in my top 5 with business models that are easy to understand. And also for my active people out there, shout out to you. You know who you are. That means if you're a person who likes to share, I want to bring something to the table with an easy affiliate plan and an easy to understand comp plan. Right. I find that the multi-level marketing companies that do these binary strategies are what they're doing 9 times out of 10 is they're actually screwing their promoters out of money. Right, because they, "Oh, you this leg wasn't big enough, that leg wasn't big enough. You only get paid off of your short leg, or you get paid off of your team's shortest leg, this, that, and the other thing." And what it boils down to is just a bunch of excuses to keep back commissions that they said that they were gonna give to you. So that's an L. And I am not going to in good faith, I can't put a platform like that on my top 5. I just can't do it. Like, if you're gonna actively, try to bamboozle people who are sharing your platform, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll still use the platform, right? I'll still make passive income off of the platform, right? I got no problem with that. The number one reason why I'm on these platforms is just for the passive income anyway. But if I'm bringing somebody into something and they want to share it, I don't want to bring them into something like without telling them that, hey, this is going to be something that's easy to share. This is going to be something that has a nice linear affiliate plan, right? We don't need to become millionaires off of the affiliate plan. We just need something that's nice and linear and easy to understand, right? So, and that's another reason why invisible AI is, or not invisible AI. I'm not at that yet, but that's another reason why Rento Trade is coming in at number 5 on my top 5, is because it's just easy. It's like somebody signs up as an affiliate, they kick you a little bit of commission, simple, right? That's all. That's all. That's all that you really need, right? I mean, QP does it that way too. And if you haven't checked out Rento Trade, why not? Why not at least check it out? I'm not telling you to go do anything, but I mean, it's 12.5% a week, guys. So every single day that I log into Rento Trade, I'm seeing nice profits daily, right? Because 12.5% a week is I mean, that's big. That's bigger than most of these things do, right? And how do they do it? Well, they do trading, right? They do trading, and they have lucrative trading. They're doing it in the background, and they must be pretty good at it. They must be making some really good money in order to offer their people 12.5% a week. Number 4, I've got Vecuber Guild. Vecuber Guild is just a great passive income platform. And let me just go over a couple things with Vecuber Guild for you since I'm talking about it. It's coming in at number 4 this week. I might have to do my 2FA, so I'm gonna pull that up. Sign in. All right, so guys, Vecuber Guild has these different types of packages that you can purchase, and they're doing a lot of businesses in the background. They do different types of trading, crypto trading, regular forex trading, and other businesses. But listen to this. Let me go over some of these numbers on these plans because this to me is really exciting just for the passive income alone. They've got a UHeart plan where you can get zero point 0.8 to 1.2% a day, Monday through Friday. They got a Cotter plan where you can get 1.3 through 1.7% a day, Monday through Friday, right? They've got a Glamis plan where you can get 1.8 through 2.2% a day, Monday through Friday. So that's getting around the 10% range a week. Now, listen to this. They also have plans that pay out every single day, including Saturday and Sunday. The terms are 90 days and 120 days. They have a plan called the Windsor plan, and I want you guys to catch this. The Windsor plan, you can start as low as 100 USD, and it gives 3.1 to 3.6% a day for 90 days. So I definitely have some Windsor packages. They have an Elston plan that's 120 days, 4.2% through 5.2% a day, 7 days a week. So, can you see now? Hello, Wycliffe. I knew he would start chiming in once I started talking about this. Uh, okay, good to see you. A shout out to Wycliffe. He's the one who shared Vecubur Guild with me. So thank you to you. Uh, so you can see why they're sitting at my number 4. I mean, this has some amazing, amazing opportunities, guys. And that's just like Wycliffe is saying here in the comments. That's just the surface. That's just scratching the surface, right? They've got a lot of other great deals going on. So they're at number 4. Number 3 on my list is Invisible AI. This is a new one, but it's come out the gate strong. They do, I believe it's around 10% a week. Let me look at my little cheat sheet here. Yeah, Invisible AI does on average around 10% a week. They do crypto trading, artificial intelligence crypto trading. Beautiful platform, easy to understand website, easy to understand comp plan. It's a linear comp plan. Same with Vecubur, right? Same with Rento Trade. And it's just, I got to know the number one top one of the number one moderators for Invisible AI. I got to see an interview with him, and I was impressed. He's a smart young man, and the culture of the company seems really good. And they are trying to build a very very successful company. They're going in it the right way. They've got support structure set up. They've got a good website set up. They've got plans that give you large sums of passive income based on their crypto trading, and crypto trading is something that, and here, Novatech got popped because they were doing forex trading. For the most part, crypto trading is unregulated, right? So you can do crypto trading, right, and you're good to go. And I'm making a lot of money at it passively. I'm making large sums of money every single day, passive income. So shout out to Invisible AI. That's why they're sitting at my number 3. Number 2 is going to be QP. QP is a trading bot that trades on the New York Stock Exchange, and it gets up to 5% a day. Right? It's an awesome deal. But whatever percentage a day, that's what it passes down to you. I'm in my 3rd cycle now, I believe, my 3rd or 4th cycle, and it's just you put in your stake, you get paid off of that stake every single day, Monday through Friday, and then at the end they give you your whole stake back, right? So what's not to love about that? It's a 30-day deal. It's just, well, what can I say? It's just an awesome platform, right? If you haven't joined QP, or if you're interested in maybe checking out a new platform, I think that's a good one, right? That at least I can tell you what's working for me. That's why it's sitting at number 2. Number 1, Fortic United, right? If you want a company like imagine Novatech 2.0, imagine like Novatech how they should have been, right? That have to be Vortic United because they've got the same type of linear comp plan. It's actually a better comp plan, right, than Novatech had, because Novatech was doing the binary, binary or whatever. They would like your first leg. They would like it's just just confusing. But anyway, Vortic United doesn't do that. They've got a nice linear affiliate plan. You can repurchase in your packages. So once your package grows for a week, you can literally repurchase, and that causes the compounding effect. So for those of you guys who like to compound till kingdom come, right? You like to compound all the way to the New Jerusalem, right? You want to compound all the way to kingdom come, right? You want to compound, compound, compound. Well, you can do it with Vortic United, right? It's not really my thing, but you can do that if you so choose. Yeah, Vortic United is awesome. So they're my number 1. So there is your answer to your question. Wayne says, "Yes, it sounds better now." Yeah, Wayne, man, because this microphone, it tunes me out when I yell, right? And so as you guys know, sometimes I get a little bit passionate, right? I like to yell, and yeah. So the mic tunes me out if I start hollering. So there it is. That's what was happening, I think. But yeah, if you guys ever experience any technical problems, make sure that you let me know in the chat. That way, I'm not on here by myself talking to myself. Here you go. You got to copy and paste it into your browser just like that. Okay, don't put www dot. Don't try to click it. Just copy and paste it into your browser. Wyclef, where can I find an explanation slash information for AMS? Their website tells you nothing. Okay, are you talking about AM systems? I'm not sure what you're talking about there, but yeah, I ought to be better about posting more information. Eyes. Oh yes, okay, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I ought to be better about posting more information about that in my private group because I know that they do have like little Zoom meetings and things like that that people can go to. So once I see something like that, I will make sure to take a more proactive approach and post it in my group. I haven't been doing a lot with them. I mean, I'm still getting my pay. Obviously, I mean, it's still a great passive income platform. I still really like it, but it's just like what the way that I do my crypto to share my crypto stuff is here on YouTube, right? I mean, that's the way that I do it. Shout out to rumble.com because I might be going over to rumble.com. So guys, if you didn't catch that announcement, I'm going to be saying it over and over and over again because YouTube is starting to I don't know, they're just starting to cancel people, guys. I mean, it just is what it is. Right, it is what it is. I mean, already, Facebook, does policing, and LinkedIn does a lot of. I'm kicked off of LinkedIn now, right? I don't know why, but I violated some rule, and it's like God knows which rule I violated because they got so darn many of them. So, but Rumble is your last stop shop for free speech. You can talk about anything, you can post anything, you can share anything. So shout out to rumble.com. If you guys are not joined up with rumble.com, go join it. If you're not following me on rumble.com, please go follow me on rumble.com. Because if you ever stop seeing me on YouTube and you still want to tune into the Unlimited Freedom Network, you're going to have to find me on Rumble, right? That's where I'm going to be. Okay. VecuBird's BTC plans are fire. Yeah, man. Definitely. Like I said, I'm just scratching the surface with what can be done with VecuBird, but I'm part of the guild. Okay, your buddy Vaughn is part of the freaking guild. Okay, I'm part of the guild, bro. Straight up. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you do. Darren asked, "Do you need to for the guild? Did you say a VPN is needed?" Yes. If you live in America, you need a VPN. Okay. Zion Asher says, "Dumb question. What is the difference between forex and crypto trading?" So forex stands for foreign exchange trading, meaning you're actually trading regulated money like the US dollar, the Great British pound, the Japanese yen, the Aussie, right? The Aussie dollar for those of you down under. You're trading real regulated money, right? And crypto is not considered to fall under the same regulatory rules as regular money. Exactly. Yep. That's how they got in trouble, dude. Is they were doing that and they were doing it in the state of Florida. So even though they tried to say that their forex operations were overseas and you could not join their MT5 unless you lived overseas. Exactly. They were mixing the funds and they were passing down the profits to all of us, right? I mean, it wasn't a bad business. It's just the regulations gone. But they did have an MT5 that worked. I mean, I used it. I traded crypto with NOVATECH MT5, right? I did that. Right? Because I have, like I said, like you guys know about me, I've got houses in other countries. I've got places of residence in other countries. So United States is not my only place of residence, right? And so I just used one of my addresses from overseas, and I was trading crypto with their MT5. So for anybody who says that Novatech was not a real broker, that's just patently false. Yeah, they were right. They were doing their thing. So let me check. I'm gonna go ahead and go over to rumble.com right now. And I will check on how to do that. I think if you search unlimited freedom in the search bar, but let me try. So go to rumble.com and then plug unlimited freedom in the search bar, and you will see me, right? You will see me there, right? It'll say unlimited freedom 6,500, and you'll see my picture, and then you can just join at that point. But all of my videos are going up over there. That way, if YouTube decides to cancel me, take all my videos down, we're just going to transition over to Rumble. Rumble also allows for live feeds, right? So this live Q&A session, like I do here on YouTube, I'll still be able to do it, right? Basically my platform will be exactly the same. It's just if YouTube decides to do a crackdown, that's where I'm going to go. So you guys know about me. I spread my risk out, right? You guys know at the Unlimited Freedom Network, I diversify, right? So I'm not going to be caught, having a nice platform on YouTube and just getting shot down, shot out of the sky. That ain't going to happen, right? I'm going to build my platform on Rumble so that if they do, so if YouTube does fall apart, hey, I'm going to have a platform over there, right? I diversify, guys, right? And that's what I teach you guys. That's what I preach on here. All right. So Wycliffe said foreign exchange trading and cryptocurrency trading. Exactly. Zion Asher said, how long has Vortic United been around? So they've been around since last September, but I got in last December. And they're doing their thing, right? All the signs are pointing to Vortic United only getting bigger. Right. I mean, Jensen Robles, he's doing weekly Zoom meetings with all of his people. He was just in Las Vegas doing a meeting there. He travels around the world. He's a crypto trader. He shares all of his trades on the actual platform, so you can see all of his winners. You can see all of his losers. I mean, if you're interested in crypto trading, you can kind of look at what he's been doing and figure out, you know, you can kind of figure out how he does what he does, right? He doesn't share everything in real time because he doesn't want everybody just copying his trades, but you can see what he does. There's a method to his madness, right? And he's got a nice little trading strategy that he uses, and he's making a lot of money. Shout out to Jensen Robles, man. Shout out to Fortune United, and they actually want to be a household name. So they're not afraid of the regulators. They're already in compliance with international law, right? They work out of they work overseas. They've got offices in Dubai. They've got offices in other countries that just started cropping up because people are making a lot of money with Vortic United, and they're wanting to open up a real physical office in their place where they live, right? So you've got just this natural phenomenon of these offices popping up. So crypto platforms tend to go like this, right? They go on this strain, and then some of them, even out for a while, and then sometimes they start going down, right? And on the downside, you start seeing signs, right? And the first sign that a lot of folks see when a crypto platform is starting to go down is they will start to slow down the payments, the payouts, right? So your payment just won't come as fast as it used to, right? And slow pay, unfortunately, eventually turns into no pay, right? And so Vortic United is still on the incline. Okay. So that's what's going on with them. Exactly. Wyclef, September 2022. Loudwag says, can you send the link to your course? There it is. Zion says, oh, that's how Novatech got in trouble. Yep. They were trading regulated money. Yep. Exactly. That's what happened. Can you still trade over their MT5? I have not tried. So I'm not gonna sit here and say you can or you can't. But maybe I can go on there and check. I haven't actually traded on MT5 for a while. I don't use that right now as far as my personal trading. And then Ketha, yes, or Keitha. It's Keitha, right? Because I always say Ketha, and you correct me. It's Keitha. How do we find you on Rumble? Yeah, just go to rumble.com and then put my name in the search bar, put unlimited freedom 6500. And, yeah, that's how you do it, right? And that way, if you ever if you start seeing if days at a time start going by and you don't see me, chances are I got canceled, right? Or if you one day you go to look for my videos and they're not there, chances are I got canceled, right? And what I'm saying to you guys is I'm not gonna be canceled on Rumble, Rumble is the last free speech, video oriented social media platform left, right? That means there's going to be a lot of trash on there, guys, unfortunately, right? And I know that, and I'm not trying to expose you to that, but it's a free speech platform. So that means that even though, yeah, there's going to be some lousy stuff on there that I'm not going to like or endorse, it's a platform where we're allowed to talk about whatever we want, say whatever we want. If I want to share my links, I can share my links, right? And that's what the new crackdown is. YouTube is starting to come after people who share links, and so if it happens, I'm going to be over there on rumble.com. Also, rumble.com is a publicly traded company. So there's a little tip for all of you stock market people out there. What do you think's going to happen with the last free speech platform? Do you think that's going to be successful? What do you think? Right? And it's just starting. And you can buy it on the New York Stock Exchange. Hey, here's a little tip for he who has ears to hear, let him hear. All right. And no, I don't have any co-ownership in Rumble, right? I'm not gonna, if you go out and get Rumble, it's not gonna give me any kind of a boost. I'm just saying, might be something to think about, guys. All right, shout out to all you guys who are tuned in right now to the Unlimited Freedom Network. Hit the like button because nobody else is giving you the same kind of sauce that I'm giving to you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. Nobody else kicks their feet up and just kicks back and hangs out for long periods of time, right? We're family here, right? We're kicking it. We're kicking back. We're doing our thing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and crack back into some of these comments. Yeah, so I talked about the Vortic United thing and just about the whole idea of these things lasting long. If you play this space right, you don't need them to last long, right? You got to get your seed money back. You got to withdraw early, withdraw often. You got to lock in some profits, right? Never invest anything that you cannot afford to lose. You got to spread out your risk, right? You got to diversify, right? So you should have some positions in the stock market. You should have some dividend stocks, right? You should have some safer investments, right? And you should be diversified, right? You should have some real estate. You should have some REITs, right? You should have some crypto platforms. You should have some Bitcoin, right? You should be diversified, right? I think everybody ought to buy my trading course and learn how to trade because if you learn that simple strategy, it's attainable, achievable, sustainable. It's how I made more than I ever made before, and nobody can take it away from you. Learning how to trade is never going to rug pull. They can't rug pull a skill. This person said, thank you always for your informative reviews. I signed up for both Vortec and QP using your links. Hey, shout out to you. Let's get some money, right? Let's get that money. Oh, right. Here's a comment that somebody said. My friend Black Rose says that makes two of us. I don't use anybody's links anymore. More main reason because I know Vaughn has our back. If he needs to let us know about something, he will. He let us know without thinking twice. I love this man. I love you too. Right back at you. And guys, those kind of comments, haters are not going to get those kind of comments in their comment section. Haters are not going to get somebody coming on and saying, "Hey, this changed my life." Right? Haters might entertain, right? You might get entertained by watching a hate channel, right? You might get a good laugh, you might get a good chuckle, or you might get entertained at somebody else's expense, but they're not going to get these kind of comments saying, "Hey, I love this person," or "Hey, this person changed my life," or the plethora of emails that I received thanking me that people have moved up and their lives are being changed. Right? They're getting that dream car, or they're getting that dream apartment, or they're getting that they're able to provide for their family in a way that they weren't before. Haters are not going to get that kind of comment, right? And so what's the difference between me and you? That's the difference. You're not getting that same kind of comment, right? If you're just making a hate channel. Right? So shout out to all the haters out there cuz you guys give me a reason to continue. You're giving me Yeah, accretion. I think so, man. Whether you're I think so, man, or I think so, girl. I don't know if you're male or female there, but yeah, I think eventually, yeah, they're gonna rebrand and they're gonna come back, right? Why not? I mean, Novatech lasted for a long time, and we all, a lot of us made a lot of money, right? I know that people lost money, but is that money truly lost? Only time will tell. Right? What I can tell you is you can still go onto the Novatech website. You can still see that money there in the back office. So it's like it's not like the money has not been accounted for. It's accounted for. You've got all your emails that they sent you. You've got all of you can go to the back office. You can see every little bit of trading every little bit of money that you ever made in their PAM account. Why wouldn't they? Right? Why wouldn't they rebrand and come back? I think there's a good chance that they will. Now, just remember, it took 2 years for that to happen with iMarkets Live. They had to go through 2 years of litigation, 2 years of the court system before they were able to rebrand and come back. So it might be some time. It might take some time, but all hope is not lost. All right, this person said, appears the Vecuber link is not working on Safari or Brave. So you're just going to need a VPN to access it if you're accessing it from the United States. Next up, we had a little bit of a contention about GS Partners. This person said GS Partners is not 5%. Redo the math. I know that's what they say. So let me tell you about like when I give an average percentile, guys, it might be a little bit more, it might be a little bit less. I give the averages so that we can quickly understand what the platform does in terms of a passive income expectation, right? So, yeah, it might be a little more, it might be a little less. These are average numbers, okay? But on average, it gives about 5% a week passive income. Let me give you some averages, guys. Capitalium, 4.13% a week. Invisible AI, 10% a week. Rento Trade, 12.5% a week. Vecuber, 6.8% a week. And Wycliffe, don't come for me, man. It might be a little bit more, it might be a little bit less, depending on the package you get, right? These are just averages, guys. 1 weeks, 5% a week. BitSports AI, 7% a week. CloudFi, 6.25% a week. ETF Pool, 5% a week. Sportsbook Partners, 6% a week. Verse Network, 2% a week. GS Partners, 5% a week. QP, 10% a week. Vortic United, 4% a week. Does that mean that's going to be the exact number? No. That's an easy, simplified way that I put together so that I could easily tell you, here's what you're going to make on average. Free Shan, shout out to you. So you've been around for a while. I like that in you. I like that about you. Why do I like it? Because you're not gone, right? There's two types of people in this space. There's the type of people that learns, gets better, and becomes a master in the space, right? Becomes a whatever you want to call it, right? A shot caller, right? In the crypto space. That's what you've done, because if you hadn't done that, you wouldn't be here, right? You wouldn't be talking to me right now, definitely. And then the other type of person who falls on some hard times and it just takes them out the game, right? And they're out the game completely, right? So you're the type of person who has, if you know about iMarkets Live, that means you've been in the space for a while. So shout out to you. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you. Okay. Yeah. So it's just an average, right? It's just an average so that I don't have to spend like an hour explaining, the complexities of each and every platform. I can just, right, just shoot it out there, right? I can just give you the averages and go boom, 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 boom. Here's the name of the platform. Here's what it does on average, right? And I like that. I want somebody to do that for me. So I know that probably there's people out there who would want me to do that for you, right? Because it's like, dude, I don't have time to get into all the little bit of bitty nuts and bolts, right? It's like I got a family to raise, I've got kids to feed, right? I've got a job that I go to, right? I've got relationships that I'm involved in. I've got stuff that I do. Just give me the sauce, Vaughn. Just give me the sauce. Just tell me the average percent, and I'm good. That's why I'm bringing you that sauce, right? That's why I'm bringing you the orange pill, stainless steel pill, titanium pill sauce that nobody else is giving you, right? Not to mention the trading course was achievable, attainable, sustainable. It's how I made more than I ever made before. So hit that like button because nobody else is giving you the same kind of sauce that we're giving you here at the Unlimited Free. They're just not. They're just not, guys. Right? All righty. So Crypto Wolf has been going back and forth with me. He wants to bet me $10,000 that Novatech is not going to come back. And I said, dude, no one is going to take that bet, right? You should have done like if you wanted to make that bet, you should have done that back in April when Novatech was still, people were still, hey, maybe Novatech will come back. You should have done it then. But right now, nobody's going to take that action, dude. Right? You better give me a spread on that bet, right? You better come with something that's that's going to be more attractive, right? Nobody's going to take that action right now because they're under the gun. That's like somebody who's like getting crucified in the media and you go, "Hey, I'll bet you $10,000 that they don't come back from it." Well, it's likely they won't, right? I'm not going to take that action. Guys, give me a 2-minute break here. I appreciate all you guys, and I know that dead air is a stupid thing to do when you're doing a broadcast, but I just need to take a 2-minute break, so maybe you guys need to as well. I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be right back. Okay. I got my Live Good tumbler here, and I'm mixing up my Live Good Super Greens. It's good stuff, guys. We don't get enough vitamins and minerals in our diets. And so it's important to have super greens, super reds. The super reds have enhanced abilities, right? Like they're good for your cardiovascular health. They're good for your sexual health. I mean, and they help in ways that traditional medicine just doesn't, right? I mean, it's like it's more like preventative health, but man, it's great energy because it's clean energy, right? It's like, have you ever gotten an energy drink and you chug it down and you just kind of like, yeah, it perked you up a little bit, but you also feel kind of like nasty, right? Because it's not really clean energy, right? But super greens, it's just like taking a ton of vegetables, right? And just mixing it up and boom, it's just like, boom. For all my people who have been around for a couple of trips around the sun, like I have, you might remember Popeye the Sailor Man, right? He took his spinach and he's just like became Superman. Kind of like that. So that's good stuff. All right. Let's get back into these questions. All right. Somebody said nice presentation on Vecuber Guild. They said it was a nice presentation and it was helpful. Good. Yeah. I mean, I try to give you guys the sauce. Right. And right now, Vecuber Guild is they're a contender, right? They're a contender. And they're definitely in my top five, and they'll probably be in my top five for a lot of time to come because guys, it's just works, right? And if something works, right, that's at the end of the day, isn't that what we want, right? I mean, it's not like it's not a complex thing, right? It's just now English is definitely not their first language. I'll tell you that, right? So when you go to the website, you got to give them a little bit of grace because English is not their first language, right? But what they're doing with the whole idea of having a guild and getting a crypto guild together and us all being able to join together in this space and make profits together is it's a great idea, right? So it's a Vancouver guild is cool, man. I like it. All right. Let's see where we're at. Somebody signed up for Invisible AI. Welcome to the team. How can I sign up with your link? Okay, guys, links are all in the description. Right. So what's been happening is that the YouTube short videos. Yeah, I mean, Darren, do you have the link for that? Because you can always, if you got the link for that, I'm sure people in here would appreciate it. Whoever was asking me about whoever is asking me about, yeah, that's Vortic United, though. I think somebody was actually asking about the AMS link, the AM Systems link. But dude, stay here because nobody else is giving you the same kind of sauce that you're getting at the Unlimited Freedom Network. Jensen's just going to talk about the same thing he talks about every single time, right? I'm gonna give you something fresh, right? I'll give you something new over here. Somebody leaves right when I say that. See ya. Man. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is probably the person who ratted me out. So somebody went to Ed, he's the CEO of a company, right? And they went to him and they said, "Unlimited Freedom is making videos on YouTube, and we're not supposed to be making videos on YouTube." Went and ratted me right on out. How you like that, Ed? You're the cops now. You're the cops, and somebody's talking to you, Ed. Yeah, you ever thought you'd wake up and say that? Hey, but yeah. So somebody ratted me out. They went to the cops. They went to Ed. Then he's making videos and he's calling it Project 25, and I'm gonna tell. So anyway, this person said the difference between speaking publicly about something and doing it privately has to do with governmental compliance. It's not the CEO that wants you to stop just for the heck of it. If he doesn't stay compliant, his company will go the way of Novatech and a few others that are being served cease and desist orders. Well, there's two ways to handle that, right? You can try to go underground. That's not going to, if you're getting cease and desist orders, it's not going to make them go away just because you went underground, right? Or you can just come and just be open about it, right? And be, and hey, welcome to life, right? Welcome to life. If you're going to have a company, you're going to have to be public a little bit, right? Every company has to be a little bit public, right? You got to be, hey, dude, hey, do what I did, right? I don't run from my past. I don't hide from my past. I embrace it, right? Anybody can talk about my, like, you want to talk about my past? Let's talk about it, right? And that's not cease and desist orders, right? That's. I mean, I got stuff in my past. It is what it is, man. Say you could always say, "Hey, we're getting cease and desist orders. They're wrong. Here's why they're wrong, and we're going to, of course, we're going to fight this. And don't panic. You don't need to lose faith in the company, right? It's just that, hey, this is a new thing that nobody's done before, and because of that, there's some misunderstandings that have happened. That's all you got to say, right? But you know, you it, it's really got very little to do with YouTube. Right? I mean, if you think that YouTube is the thing that's causing your company to get in trouble, I disagree. Right? And last I checked, I mean, well, anyway, I grew up in a country, excuse me, where they had something called freedom of speech. I know that's not popular anymore, right? But it was when I was growing up, and I should be able to come on here and then talk about whatever I want to talk about, right? Um, Loud Dog, they're getting better, man. Is what's happening. Like, I don't know if you were on here earlier, but one of the guys who purchased my trading course, he got 16% per day or today. He got 16% in one day, right? So it's really like partially I understand where you're coming from, but partially you have to understand the technology is getting better. So the algorithmic trading is getting smarter, the trading bots are getting smarter. Uh, so invisible AI actually just came out, right? So that's like literally ground floor. Right, and I do like to get into some of these in the ground floor, and if I think it's a good company, I'm gonna get in at the ground floor, and I'm gonna rock and roll with them, man. Say, "Hey, let's grow, let's do it." Right? Let's get in at the ground floor, and I think that Invisible AI has done a lot of things right. I mean, before you get one feeling or another, I would just say go to check their website, right? Check out what they're doing, look at some of my videos on, Invisible AI, and then make your own decision on it. Same thing with QP, right? What you have to understand about QP is that QP has an easy affiliate program, right? They don't do like levels deep. They're not paying a lot of commissions to people, right? They're not paying out a lot of affiliate stuff. It's just they're focused on one thing, right? They're focused on one thing, and what that is getting these high daily returns. But not every daily return is high. Like a lot of times, QP gets like 1.23% or something like that in a day. So they're not constantly getting 4% a day, right? But they are on average, they're getting about 10% a week, if not more, right? So you got a couple things happening. One is you got the trading bots are getting better, the technology's getting better, right? People are learning how to make money and stay in business longer, right? This is a new space, dude. So there's a lot of room for growth, right? There's a lot of room to grow. I mean, with AI, guys, it's going to start getting crazy, and then it's going to get regulated. Okay, that's what's going to happen. You're going to have AI bots that are going to start to come out, and they're going to make 300 and 400% in a day, right? That's where this thing is going, because they're going to develop bots, and then the AI itself is going to upgrade itself, right? I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, but this is the uncanny valley with AI, is that it self upgrades. Like ChatGPT and some of these other programs can self upgrade, and there's a three upgrade uncanny valley. Here's what that means. That means the programmer creates the AI program, right? And in that program, the programmer writes that the AI has the ability to update itself. So it does, right? And after the first update, the programmer can still understand what happened with once it updates itself for the first time. Now, once it updates itself the second time, the programmer is having a little bit of a hard time, meaning it would be hard to recreate that program. The first update, you could go and recreate it, right, as a human. The second update, it's kind of hard to recreate. Now, the third time that the artificial intelligence updates itself, it can no longer be recreated by a human. You see where I'm going with this? And that's called the uncanny valley, and that's the situation that we're in, and that we have been for over a year now, right? With this AI updating itself and learning, AI learning and stuff, algorithmic trading. It's going to get to the point where you're going to be doing probably hundreds of percents a day in the markets, and people are just going to start getting rich overnight, and then the government's going to step in and say, hey, we can't have this, right? We can't have everybody getting rich overnight, right? So they're going to step in and they're going to try to regulate. Watch, right? I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Okay, and then Millennium Gen, what's going on, Millennium Gen? Welcome, welcome. At least Novatech heads should show some signs of life. What do you think? I think they're under a gag order from their lawyers, and the lawyers don't think it's a good idea to put out a statement. That's where it's at right now. Right? I think the best thing to do for us who are involved and who are involved in the crypto space and who are involved in the trading space, who are involved in crypto trading, to spread out our risk right now, get involved in other opportunities, right? And just keep on, cranking out that crypto like BOJ says. We got to keep on moving and we got to keep on growing. Right. And right now, Novatech, it is what it is. They got to go through this. They're going through the fire, right? They're going through this, whatever, with the courts. They got to get through it, get to the other side of it. And that's great, right? And I hope that they do, and I hope that everything works out. But in the meantime, we got to get involved in some other projects, right? And because we got to keep the growth going, and so on and so forth. Let me tell you that, Liz. I will tell you exactly what I know. Bear with me one second here. Yeah, it's just like Novatech, except it's crypto trading. There's the link. Go ahead and click the link. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to give them any money. You can click the link and you can peruse the website. Also, I would recommend you watch some of my videos on Vortic United. But yeah, the difference is they're outside of the United States, right? Completely, and they're not trading forex. They're crypto trading only. Also, they have a lever in place that protects them against having a run on the bank. What that means is that the capital is locked up for a certain amount of time. You have to understand that your profits are not locked up. You can withdraw your profits every single Monday, but the capital itself is going to be locked up for certain different periods of time. That way, there can't be a run on the bank. That way, everybody can't come in and withdraw all at once. It can't happen, right? So exactly what happened in Novatech with the bank run cannot happen because they put something in place to prevent that from happening. Okay, any news on CMB? Temi Lawali? Temi Lawala? I hope I said that right. I know I probably didn't, but don't be a stranger. You're always welcome here, right? You are always welcome here. Great to have you on the channel, right? I appreciate you. So definitely don't be a stranger, right? Here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, there's a lot of sauce that I'm giving out, right? So you don't want to miss that special sauce. All right, Liz, let me get to your news on CMB. I'm going to tell you the latest news and I'm going to tell you when it was, okay? And then I'll get to your question, Adig Boyega. I'm going to call you AA. I'm going to get to your question, AA. Just give me 1 minute. I got to get to this CMB question real quick. Go ahead and pull that up. All right. So there was a discussion that happened, and I can give you a link to it. Hang on one second. I'll give you this link if you promise not to leave. Right? You promise not to leave me right now. I'll give you the link. So basically, they all got together, and this happened on July 4th. Right? It was the 4th of July. We are now at the 11th of August, right? So the last meeting happened on July 4th, and they got together, and the leadership, a lot of the higher ups at CMB, have said that basically, hey, we wanted to we wanted to come back, but in the meantime, we're gonna go and move on to other things. It's basically what they said. Now there was an announcement before that, and that announcement happened on June 22nd, right? And that announcement said this. Okay, and I would keep in mind this was back in June, and they haven't said anything since. Except I take that back. On July 4th, they did have that meeting, right? So you would probably be interested in that whole meeting, right? Because there's a lot of sauce in that meeting. It's just boring, right? One of the reasons why people tune into the Unlimited Freedom Network is because I'm not boring. I may be a little crazy, but I'm not boring, right? So some of the reason why these Zoom calls don't get a million views is because you're freaking boring, man. You're putting me to sleep. All right, notes from today's call. This was back in June of 2023. This was June 22nd when this came out, and this is about Coin Market Bull. Coin Market Bull will be launching a new system and a new website. Everything needs to be synchronized and tested before release. Hopefully, it will be ready in the next week or so, but no specific date was given. Withdrawal batches were still happening as of 48 hours ago, but have now been put on hold until the new system launches. New deposits and adding new people should also be put on hold until the new system is up and running. Don't back up the system even more until everything is working properly. So they literally told people not to put in any new deposits. That was June 22nd. Our government's war on crypto and against Binance and Coinbase has been a concern, but all of our US as well as Canadian residents' accounts are safe. CMB will continue to use Coinbase as the main payment processor, but they are looking for a couple of others besides Binance to diversify their trading in case of potential problems in the future. The new support team is working through the new forms and integrating them into the new system. The bull run bonuses will be distributed once everything has been synchronized and merged properly into the new system. New promotions are in the works to go along with the Cancun retreat in October. And then they said this about Jan Gregory. Jan isn't going anywhere and is committed to finish out his 2-year contract with CMB. Currently, he has only served 6 months. Okay, that's the latest. It came out back in June 22nd. That's Jan Gregory they're speaking about. Now remember, Jan Gregory just got kicked off of CloudFi. So we don't, last I heard from Jan Gregory, he was sick. We haven't heard anything from him since then. So, I don't wish anybody ill, so well wishes to him, well wishes to his family. That's what's going on. Okay. That's the latest news. That's the latest I have. All right. AA says, why is it so difficult for the CEO of Novatech FX to come clean and return at least on investors' funds? Because they're under investigation in the courts in the United States. That's why it's so difficult. They can't do anything. Like when you're under investigation, you can't make any financial moves. Anything that they do would be scrutinized. They're on a believe me, guys, once you get lawyers involved, you can't talk because they tell you you cannot talk about your case. Your assets get frozen. Okay. They couldn't pay people back if they wanted to right now. You cannot talk about your case, right? That's what every lawyer will tell you, right? Now, civil litigation's a little bit more lax, but definitely criminal litigation, you can't talk about your case. because they're snitches. They're snitches on the inside and they're snitches on the outs. They'll use your family, they'll use your girlfriend, they'll use your boyfriend, they'll use your best friend, they'll use your husband. Okay, but here's the thing, man. You haven't. I already did a live where I took 2.5 hours and I broadcasted all the cases and all the court documentations. We went over all of that. So what you have to do is you have to go to my lives and find that video. I'll just find it for you and post it here. Hang on, real quick. Just take me a second. But basically, what you do is you go to my channel and it'll say home videos, shorts, live, and you click on live, right? And then you go back and find that, now here it is. I think it's this one, Deep Dive into NOVATECH. Yeah, let me go ahead and find the link here. All right, there it is. So I not only did I go over all of the cases, I actually put the links to all the documents in the description, so you can see everything there. You can see what's going on. You can see the documentation, all of that. Right, and so, it's like I said, guys, there's snitches on the yard, there's snitches on, they might get your girlfriend or your boyfriend to flip on you, they might get your mom or your dad or your cousin. I mean, it's a dirty game. It's a dirty game when you start getting involved in the court system, right? And, definitely, if you're doing time in the county jail, you better not say anything to anybody because you don't know who's in there is actually a cop because they got cops in there along with the inmates so that they can learn things, right? And they can use it and they will use it against you, right? And that's more so on the criminal side. Novatech is trying not to get charged on the criminal side. They're trying to get compliant, guys. They're trying to play ball, right? And right now, what that means is they're doing what they have to do to try to get compliant. And then probably in the future, we'll see a rebranding and it'll be similar to what happened with iMarkets Live. If I had to guess, that's what I would guess. All right, let's get back into the comments, guys. You must be a scam too. Does Novatech pay your dumb bleep to say this? If money can go into Novatech easily, then it should come out easily. Okay, how does that make me a scam, right? So you've got no argument here, right? You think Novatech's paying me to make a YouTube channel? No, I am not the big. No, believe me, guys, Novatech. I'm not their favorite person. Okay, I give the good, the bad, and the ugly here. You have not watched the videos. You have not given it a chance, right? You just want to come on here and really you're being prejudicial and you're prejudging me before you've even watched any of the videos. You haven't heard what I got to say. You haven't you haven't gotten the sauce because if you actually had the sauce, you wouldn't be saying that I'm a scam, right? That doesn't even make any sense. That sentence doesn't even make any sense. This person said, "So, you were saying that an American lady steals people's money and she cannot face the law." When have I ever said that? Right? I mean, it's funny to me how people will come on here and make comments off of videos that you haven't even watched. Because if you actually would have watched, I know you didn't watch the video just based on the comment that you're making. You must not have watched. It kills me to see how you guys can come on here, see how people can come on here, drop me a totally nonsensical comment, right? You obviously didn't watch the video, and it's just, so, I mean, what do you even want me to respond here, right? Look, anybody who breaks the law is going to have to face those consequences. That's life, right? And there's a higher law than just the regular law, and you're going to face those consequences too. That's life. Nobody's getting over. But we're not talking about anybody committing a crime here. We're talking about 90% of businesses fail in their first year, right? That's what we're talking about, guys. If a business fails, that doesn't make that business criminal, right? If something they're not throwing, like, remember in 2008, a bunch of people wanted them to throw all of the banking executives into prison. How did that work out? The whole banking system was failing, right? The banking system, the automotive people, the CEOs, they all came down to Washington. They all had meetings, and they're like, okay, what are we going to do? So the government, quote unquote, government bailout happened, where they bailed them out. Basically, the government injected a bunch of money. And how does the government have money? They got money from us, right? They got money from us, because if we don't pay, then they're gonna come after us, right? That's how it is. That's called taxation. So they got the money from us. They went and bailed out the banks, and people were saying, "Hey, these banking executives are criminals. They need to go to jail." They weren't criminals, but the system was failing. Sometimes systems fail. Sometimes things happen. Why does it always have to be a crime, right? You want blood, right? You want somebody's blood. You want their head, right? You want their head on a stake, right? You want them to go to jail. You want them, you're wishing harm on them. That's not going to do you any good, and it's definitely not going to get you your money back, right? Having that type of a mental attitude, right? So you choose a lot of the type of energy that you bring into your life, and you're bringing a lot of negative energy into your life, man, by having that type of attitude, right? Everyone's a criminal. Let's handle it all. Everyone's a criminal. Everybody needs to go to jail. And I bet you never did anything wrong, right? You've never broken a law in your life. You never broke a law in your life. You never did anything wrong. You are perfect. And we're all criminals who deserve to go to jail, right? Give me a friggin' break, man. Give me a break. That just sounds completely self righteous, completely hypocritical, because you ain't perfect. You've done something. I've done something. We've all done something, right? And there's, you know, so you want to come on here and talk about the American lady committed a crime? What crime did she commit? Well, it's a Ponzi scheme. Okay, how is Novatech a Ponzi scheme? Where's your proof? Prove to me that Novatech is a Ponzi scheme. Prove to me that Novatech is a criminal organization. Oh, that's right, you can't, because it's not true. This person said, I am not brilliant, but I will never put my money in an exchange that's not regulated. That's not smart. Oh, here we go. For a Ponzi scheme to run, you have to pay some people. Whoever's left at the end will hold nothing but the bag. That's how a Ponzi scheme works. Banks do it all the time. Okay, well, you're close, right? You are not far from the kingdom, my friend. You are not far from the kingdom, right? You're close, but I'm going to take issue with a couple of things that you said. So, you will never put your money in exchange that's not regulated. Well, that means that you're probably not dealing with crypto at all then. If that's the case, you're probably one of these people who thinks that, like, Bitcoin is a scam, right? You're probably not dealing with crypto at all, right? Which my second question for you to be, why are you here? Right? Because on this channel, we talk about we have taken the orange pill, right? On this side of the internet, we've taken the orange pill. We've taken the Bitcoin pill, right? We're on that orange pill, stainless steel pill, titanium pill, sauce that nobody else is bringing to you. So why are you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network if you have not taken the orange pill, right? And if you wouldn't, if you like you said, you would not want to get anything that's not regulated. That's not smart. Well, hey, that depends on the person, man, because a lot of money can be made in the crypto space, and a lot of people are making a lot of money in the crypto space. Would you deny that? Are you going to deny that there's crypto millionaires? Are you going to deny that people have made a lot of money in crypto? Right? Crypto's not regulated. It's not regulated. So and large sums of money are being made, right? So it's not that you don't want to play in the space, that's fine, but you can't say that it's not smart because there are smart ways to do it. And there's ways that people are making a killing, making a lot of money at it. They're striking while the iron's hot. First come, first serve. They're getting in at the ground floor. They're doing it right. They're never investing anything they cannot afford to lose. They're withdrawing early. They're withdrawing often. They're not putting all their eggs in the same basket. They're practicing mental toughness. They're diversifying. They're spreading out their risk. They're doing it the right way. They're getting their seed money back first, and then they're locking in some profits. And then after that, it's all good, baby. It don't matter what happens after that. If you got your seed money back and you made some profits, you have won. So you're saying that's not smart? How is that not smart? Keaton, what's going on, Keaton? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Keaton Duncan, welcome to the chat. I understand the feds are coming after Nova. What is the time frame to start hearing about hearings and court dates? Also, if Nova is so-called on the run, would the feds come out and state this ASAP? Okay, I don't know where you're getting that information from, but they're not under criminal investigation right now. This is still playing out in the civil courts. They're trying basically they're saying, okay, what you're doing is not compliant. And Novatech is saying, okay, what do we have to do to get compliant? And this is a legal thing going back and forth right now. So it's not like the case in Haiti where that guy they say that he was running a Ponzi scheme and then they arrested him and now he's going to prison. I forget the guy's name. It was I did a video about it last week. It's not the same. It's more in the same vein of what happened with iMarkets Live, which is, the same thing. They said, "Hey, this isn't compliant. You're not going along with the SEC regulations, so we're going to shut you down." And so they said, "Okay, well, wait, before you do that, how can we get compliant?" And they figured out how they could get compliant, right? And now took 2 years, but it rebranded itself. It came back. It's now one of the top multi-level marketing companies in the world. So it can be done. But there's historical precedent for this being done. Precedent, right? There's historical precedent for this being done, right? So it has happened, right? So it could happen, right? So it basically there's history, is what I'm saying. And this isn't a criminal thing right now, right? I know that there's people out there on YouTube. You got the talking heads on YouTube who say, "Oh, it's a criminal and they're a crime organization and they're going to get locked up and they're going to do Fed time." Man, them people don't. Them people want everybody to get locked up. Those people are. Ask them how much Bitcoin they own. I bet you the number is zero. Right? They're drinking the haterade, man. They're riding around on the hate board. Right? If you guys don't get these super greens from Live Good, you are missing out. All right. This person said, "Thank you for this on one of my Novatech videos. This is good. I've never felt this was intentional on part of the Pettyons." Let me tell you something. It was not. It never was. Right? Because the Pettyons wanted to create a company where people could get out of poverty and bring about generational wealth. They were on the path to doing that. They were doing it, right? But outside forces came in, shut them down. Now, what they did wrong is they did not communicate. They should have communicated better, right? I'm always going to say that. I still believe that. I will always believe that they should have communicated better when those first cease and desist orders came out. We'd be in a different situation than we are today. But they didn't. Well, they weren't like scamming people. They weren't rug pulling people. That was never the idea because, guys, if it was, they should have gotten out in October, right? What happened, guys? There was a bank run and everybody pulled out their money. And for a couple of months there, Novatech was paying people out. They were paying people out in October. They were paying people out in November. They were paying people out halfway through December. The people got scared and panicked and everybody pulled their money out at the same time. Now, why would Novatech pay those people out if Novatech was a Ponzi scheme? If Novatech was a Ponzi scheme, they would have taken that bag, baby, and been out. They wouldn't have paid people out in October. They wouldn't have paid people out in November. They wouldn't have paid people out halfway through December. If they were a Ponzi scheme, they would have left back then and they would have had way more money. That's what I would have done. No, I'm not a Ponzi person, right? But if I was, I would have got out back in October. I've been like, hey guys, our traders made a mistake. They blew a couple of the accounts. Sorry, the money's gone. And I would have been off somewhere on the beach, kicking my feet up, sipping a margarita. You know what I mean? Just with large sums of money, right? That I would have stole because I was a Ponzi, right? That's what I would have done. If it was me, if I was running a Ponzi, that's what I would have done. Why would they pay people out if they were a Ponzi scheme? Why? They wouldn't. It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't add up, right? So once again, where is your proof that Novatech is a Ponzi scheme? You don't have it because there is no proof because it wasn't and is not a Ponzi scheme. You see what I'm saying? One plus one still equals two, guys. All right, here's another person who said one of the best and realest vids I've seen on the current situation. Not only that, but a short free masterclass on crypto and moving forward in the space. Well done, sir. Thank you, man. It was very nice to read that comment. I always get encouraged when I read those types of heartfelt comments because I know that what we're doing here at the Unlimited Freedom Network is actually making a difference in people's lives. And that's something that the hate channels cannot say. So all those channels that come out and say that Novatech is evil and this, that, and the other thing, we're all a bunch of scam artists, and they want to, they want to throw dirt, they want to throw shade. They're not getting those type of comments, guys. They're not getting say, "Hey, your channel changed my life." They're not getting that type of comment. So guess what we're doing here at the Unlimited Freedom Network? We're adding value, right? And that's why we're going to squash the haters. We're going to stomp out the haters. We're going to grow. The haters are not. We're going to have success. The haters are not. It is what it is, guys. It's been this way since the world has spun around. It's been this way since the beginning of time, right? We add value, and that's why we're going to remain strong, right? Those people aren't adding any value, right? Those people are just spreading lies and deceit and hate and bad energy. What's that going to do? It's not going to do what they want it to. I guarantee you that. Because what you put in is what you're going to get out. What you put into the universe is what you're going to get out, right? If you're putting poison into the river, you're going to get poison out in your drinking water, right? And you're going to be drinking more poison. If you pack good things into the stream of life, you're going to get good things back, right? If you put health into the river, you're going to get health back. If you put wealth into the river, you're going to get wealth back, right? If you help people, you're going to get help, right? If you lift people up, then when you're down, you're going to get lifted up, right? That's how this thing works. Hey, I didn't make the rules, right? I didn't create the world, right? I'm just telling you this is how it works, right? And if you're putting out that negativity, all you're going to get back is negativity, baby, because that's all you're putting out, right? You're putting out negativity, you're going to get negativity back. You're not going to get people commenting saying, "Hey, your channel changed my life." You're not going to get that because you're not adding value. Angie says, "Hello, Vaughn. Thank you for the daily and weekly value." No, thank you, Angie. Guys, this is a loyal subscriber. Angie has been around since the beginning. I always appreciate you. Always happy to see you in my comments. Happy to see you dropping in. So thank you, thank you, thank you for the support since the beginning. There is no way to express my gratitude for you and for other people who supported me since the start, supported this channel and what we're trying to do here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. Okay, this person said, "Hi, have you transferred your account from the old domain to the new one? This is about Rento Trade. Is the withdrawal working and are we safe to take the new plan?" So yes, I have. I've transferred over from BitTrade Station. We had to transfer over to Rento Trade because BitTrade Station changed its name to Rento Trade, right? And so I did do that. and I did get my deposit put into Rento Trade, so that worked. Also, I have taken some withdrawals from Rento Trade, and yes, they have been paid. So we're back on track. Things are rolling smoothly. It's still at my number five on my top five because, guys, Rento Trade is doing 12.5% a week, ladies and gentlemen. So it does not get better than that. And I'm going to take 2 minutes. All right, A is in the building. Can I ask a separate question? I want to know what your opinion is about QP. Can the government come after them also now that they're doing so well? Well, QP does not operate in the United States, right? QP operates in the UK. So the fact is, QP its trading bot trades on the New York Stock Exchange, but people in other countries are allowed to trade on the New York Stock Exchange, right? So they're not coming under the same scrutiny that somebody is who actually lives in the United States and was doing something like what QP is doing. So it's a very interesting thing that they got going. QP is an algorithmic trading bot. It is operated outside of the U.S., so it does not come under their jurisdiction. Right? They can moan and cry and complain all they want. They can put out warnings. They can do whatever they want to do. But the fact is, they've got no authority to to a certain degree, right? I mean, at the end of the day, guys, what you got to understand is that we're the United States is the current like empire, right? World empire, right? Just like the Roman Empire, the Assyrian Empire, through history that the Great British, that was the last one, right? It's the Great British Empire. Uh, we are now in the age of the American Empire. So the Americans can do whatever they want to do, right? And they say that the other countries are sovereign, but at the end of the day, the Americans have the weapon held to the head of the other countries, so they have to do what America says, right? And it just is what it is, right? So don't for a second think that we're not living in an imperialistic society because we are, man. I mean, this is the American empire, baby. That's what it is, right? Okay. But they're not going to, I don't think, I don't think they're going to mess with QP, right? I mean, that now maybe if it were operating in the United States, but it's not, right? So also, QP has some really good technology with that trading bot, and they don't pay a lot out to their they don't have these big like network marketing things where they're paying their promoters a lot of money. They don't do all that, right? They give a basic referral bonus for affiliate marketers, right? And so If you wonder why some of the big names haven't talked about QP, that's why, right? Because they don't have this big affiliate marketing program. And these guys, they want to be part of platforms to where they can grow a big team and make a lot of money through their team, right? But QP focuses more on the passive income side and on the trading bot side. And you can actually see the trades that the QP bot is doing. That's another nice thing about the QP trading bot. And you can see that it's a complete algorithm. They trade the exact same pattern, the exact same way, the exact same time, every single time. It's a bot. The only thing that can do that is a bot, right? So far they've given us no reason to really have anything negative to say about QP. And the withdrawals are instant. I don't know how they make guys. All I know is I'm happy to be a part of it right now. I hope it does last a long time. Time will tell. I can't make any promises. Okay, Stogo Castro says, thanks, great info. You are welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate you. Let's go ahead and hit some more of these comments, guys. This person asked where they could find the platform of sportsbook partners. So it's all linked in the description. So all the platforms that I talk about are linked in the description to this video and all the other videos that I do. So underneath the video, there's a description. Click the description, click more information. It'll pull up a drop down menu and it'll have links to all of the platforms that I'm involved in for the time being. Okay, I'm hearing wind that there's a crackdown coming and that YouTube is going to start targeting people who share links on their YouTube channel, right? And so what that means is I could get become in violation of the YouTube rules if they do make that like a new rule, and then you won't see the Unlimited Freedom Network on YouTube anymore. You'll have to go over and find me on Rumble. Now I'm already on Rumble. Every single video that I do is uploaded to Rumble. That's rumble.com, and so if they do, if you ever see that I'm gone all of a sudden, go over to Rumble. That's where you'll be able to find me. If I do get canceled on YouTube, you can find me over on rumble.com, right? And rumble.com is it's like the last free speech video internet platform. So you'll be able to get the links on there, right? If YouTube doesn't want me sharing links, Rumble doesn't care. All right. Good morning. Great to know you're in profit. That one was from you, Wayne, when we were talking about BitSports AI. And yeah, I'm in profit with BitSports AI. That's the first thing I do in any platform is I get my seed money back and then I try to go into profit. That's the ticket, right? That's the name of the game. That's how you're successful as a trader, right? You you first thing is to get even, right? And then the second thing is just to take a little bit of profit. You don't need to wait for it to keep going up and up and up and up and up forever. No, just take a little bit of profit and then you're good. Then no matter what happens, now you can take those profits, you can play with those profits, you can reinvest those profits, right? But always make sure you should get yourself a steak dinner, right? Always make sure that you go out and spend a little something on yourself. That way you're rewarding yourself, right? And you're not just pouring all the profits back into the platforms. Because at the end of the day, we got to live, right? We want to make some money here. That's what we're all trying to do, right? We're trying to enjoy the fruits of our labor, right? And the fruits of our crypto trading labor, right? So if you make a little bit of profit, you're good to go. Get your seed money back, lock in a little bit of profits, and then at that point you've won. It doesn't matter what happens and it's all gravy. If the platform lasts 2 or 3 or 4 more years, that's just cherry on top, man. And you get that, right? You get that. I mean, these platforms, they all don't go away right away. Some of them do, but some of them last a nice long time, right? And so when you have that, that's like you're winning. That's like you're winning ticket right there. You know what I mean? And there will be some that last a long time. There will be some that do not last a long time. You're not going to be profitable every single time. There will be times when you take losses. The trick is to win more than you lose, right? And that's what we're doing here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, man. We're winning more than we lose because I'm taking the trading strategy. I'm taking what I learned as a trader, as a Forex trader, as a profitable trader, and I'm applying that to crypto trading with these crypto platforms. I'm applying the knowledge that I used as a trader to be successful, to become a profitable trader in this space of crypto platforms. And I'm applying that same risk management strategy. And hey, if it works in one place, it's going to work in another. And so far, it's been beautiful. I can say, and I'm happy to say, and very thankful and grateful to say that if I left everything today, if I shut down YouTube, I shut down my businesses outside of YouTube, I quit trading, I will still be able to have the lifestyle that I have right now based on the money that I'm making from my passive income platforms alone. Now, that's where you want to be, right? That's where a person wants to be. Lambo, your show must be over, man. Lambo's show is over, and he came on over to the Unlimited Freedom Network to show some love. My guy Vaughn, let's go, let's go, let's go. Lambo, man, words cannot express how much I appreciate you guys. If you've not subbed to Lambo Drew's channel, if you've not liked and subbed and are getting some sauce out of Lambo Drew TMT, make sure that you go over there. We're going to be doing some collaborations pretty soon, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, and just make sure you support him because he's not just all about finance. There is no information that I have gotten from Lambo Drew's broadcast. There's no information that has been bad or that has not worked out, right? And so, he tackles things from finance to to spirituality, right? To credit repair, and it's just a lot of good sauce, right? So definitely go over there if you want to hang out with me. If you want to see where I'm hanging out, I'm hanging out over at Lambo's, right? If you want to find me, I'll be over there. And hey, am I wrong, Lambo? Am I wrong? I'm over. He already knows I'm over there. So I appreciate that. Hello to you, Rhonda Johnson. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you guys very much. I know we do a broadcast at the same time, Lambo, but I'm gonna try to tune into the replays on those much as I can. Okay, so this person said Bit Trade Station link is not working. Correct. So Bit Trade Station is now Rento Trade. Okay, so Bit Trade Station is now Rento Trade. I did a video on that, and I have another video coming out soon that will give you updates on that. So just go over there. All you have to do is if you were part of Bit Trade Station, it's easy to just shoot the admin an email, and they will switch you over to their new platform over at Rento Trade. Okay. See what else we got going on here. How would you recommend investing to see some large profits? Okay, so to get large profits, you have to invest larger sums of money. Right now, back since 2009, 2010, right? I my principal investment, my typical principal investment that I would invest, and it was in the stock market at the time, but it was 10,000, right? It was $10,000 per investment because if you want to get a big return, you have to start with a bigger investment, right? So my go-to principle was 10,000, and I would take that 10,000 and I would flip it a little bit on Monster Energy drink back then. We flipped it a little bit on Netflix. Netflix was just coming out back then, so that was a thing. Tesla was a good stock back then that was popping. And so $10,000 would make you, three or four or $500 a week, and that was good money back then when I was doing that. But what I would do in the crypto space is if I had 10,000 to invest, I would take 1,000 and put 1,000 in 10 different platforms, right? Rather than put all your eggs in the same basket, right? Because if you put 1,000 in 10 different platforms, you're a lot more likely to survive. You're a lot more likely to profit. You're a lot more likely to be successful because you're spreading out your risk, yeah, over 10 different platforms, right? Rather than dumping 10,000 into one and, having the rug pull or having something happen or having the business fail or, a number of things can happen in these crypto platforms. So remember, there's no guarantees, right? So the safer way to do it to get large sums of money, you have to invest large sums, but you can spread out your risk over 10 different platforms, right? Some people have got 100,000, right? You do the same thing, just put 10 into every different platform. I know that if you put 10K into Vortic United, you automatically give yourself a $600 a week passive income. Okay, $600 a week. Let's see what that translates to. That translates to $31,200 a year, right? So that puts you right around the average of an adult male in the United States average income, right? Average income is between 35 and 38,000, so you're just a little bit under, but pretty close, right? And that's 10,000 into one platform alone. Uh, Lambo, with the super chat, I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you for showing the love. He says, "This guy, Vaughn, is helping change so many lives, truly real and deserves his flowers. Keep rocking and do what you're doing." I will, my friend. I appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, guys, much love to Lambo. Let me say this real quick, and then I'll get back on the trading thing. But nobody is an island, right? Nobody who is successful is an island, right? There are no lone ranger successful people. Success doesn't work that way, guys. Anybody will tell you who has gained health, has gained wealth, has moved up, has become successful in any type of way will tell you that their network is their net worth. Okay, so guys, your network is your net worth, right? The people you surround yourself with, the people you plug in with, are going to that's going to directly translate to your success, right? So if you want to have success in the crypto space, you plug into people who are successful in the crypto space. If you want to have success in finance in general, plug into the people who are successful. If you want to have success in romance or success with relationships, plug into people in that space. And because there's no lone rangers, guys, we don't do this thing alone, right? And we all lift one another up. It's just like I was saying with Vecchiber Guild. A rising tide lifts all the ships, right? So, Lambo has become a go-to person for me, go-to platform for me, and it's one of those things in life where you find your people, right? You find your people, you plug in with your people, and you lift one another up. That's how this thing works. Okay, so I really appreciate you coming through, Lambo. Here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, guys, we're very raw, we're very real, and I express my opinions on a lot of different things, right? And because of that, word gets out in different spaces that you are that way. So some people would say, "Oh, this Unlimited Freedom guy." He's not good for the space, or he's not good for this platform, or he's not good for that. No, that's not true. The truth is, I criticize constructively. The criticisms that I give are constructive criticisms. And if the platforms put what I say into play, right, they will be more successful, right? So I'm not afraid to give constructive criticism. I am that guy, right? I am that guy who's going to give it to you raw. It's going to give it to you real. Nobody's giving you the same kind of sauce that I bring to you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. And I know that real recognizes real. And just because there's people out there who go, "Oh man, don't mess with Vaughn. He's got a past, he's got a history." There's still going to be other people out there who do mess with Vaughn, right? And those are my people. Those are the people I'm looking for. So shout out to Lambo. Shout out to you, Rhonda. Oh, you already know I'm gonna be over there. You already know. That's not even, whenever Lambo comes on, I'm pretty much tuning in as long as I'm able to, right? So yeah, so back to what I was saying though about the large sums of money. You can build it up a little over time. If you're somebody who wants to build a little money into a large sum of money, you got to learn how to trade, right? And that, because that's the like, if I was zeroed out today, right, I always say the first thing that I would do is I would get $10,000. I would work the sewers, right? I would work whatever. I'd work construction. I'd clean out the sewers. I'd do anything, the dirtiest job you can think of, the nastiest job you can think of. I'd sleep on the street. I'd do whatever I had to do to get myself up to 10K. Once I was at 10K, I would do just what I told you to do. I would take 1,000 and spread it out over 10 different crypto platforms, because I know that what that would do is it would give me around, because based on these percentages and based on these numbers, doing that would give me about a $50,000 a year passive income, $50 to $56,000 a year passive income. Now I can work with that. Now at that point, I could quit my job, right? Because I've got my $56,000 a year passive income, because I busted it. I got the 10,000. I spread it out over 10 different platforms. Boom. Now I just gave myself a $50,000 a year passive income. At that point, I would learn how to trade, right? Because learning how to trade, that's where you can take $50 and trade it up into millions if you have a strategy that works, right? That's why I recommend that you guys check out my trading course, link in the description. It's attainable, achievable, sustainable. It's how I was able to make more than I ever made before, where I share my profitable strategy with you, right? It's a strategy that took a long time for me to learn. Took a lot of, I spent a lot of money. I did a lot of sleepless nights. I did the 101, 201, 301, 401 courses, right? I did a lot of trial and error, right? I would try out a strategy, it would work, and work, and work, and then it wouldn't, and I would lose, right? I try to go back to the drawing board, try again. It would work, and work, and work. Boom, lose. Go back, try again. I spent a lot of money. I lost a lot, guys, but I had to at that time in my life. I had to do what I had to do to survive. I didn't have a choice. I had to learn how to trade. at that time in my life because there's nothing else that I was going to make enough money to continue my lifestyle. And just for those of you who know, I'm a convicted felon. I was a profitable insurance broker, making a lot of money. Lived in $1 million house, had a couple of nice cars, great lifestyle. And then because of my previous convictions, that it had nothing to do with financial, but nonetheless, the insurance licenses one by one, the state started suing me to take away my insurance license. Boom, 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 boom. So there I was, nice house, nice cars, great lifestyle. I was going to be zeroed out if I didn't learn. I had to learn how to trade. So that's when I finally developed at that point in my life, finally developed a strategy over time. Took me a long time that's attainable, it's achievable, it's sustainable. That means it's profitable weekly, it's profitable monthly, therefore it's compoundable. And even in the chat today, we see that there are people who are having a lot of success with that binary options trading strategy. Okay, so that's what I would do, right? If I were you, and you're going to try to build up large sums of money, well, you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna have to risk more, but you can spread out your risk by putting 1,000 into 10 rather than dumping 10,000 all into one, unless you got it like that. Some people got it to where they can do that. If that's you, that's fine. But basically, when you put money into something, you got to think to yourself, what how would I feel if this shut down tomorrow and I lost all the money that I just put in? And if it hurts real bad, then chances are you're putting in too much. What can you put in that wouldn't hurt? What's that number for you? Right? Maybe for somebody that is 10 G's. Maybe for somebody else it's 1,000. Right? Maybe for somebody else it's 100. What can you put in to where if you lost it, of course you're not going to love it, but if you lost it, it's like, okay, I'm okay with that. I was willing to risk that. I was willing to lose that. And then that's what you put in. Don't put in more than you can risk. Don't put, we're not putting the rent money into these things, right? We're not taking, this is not the casino, right? And we're not treating this like the casino, right? This is a strategy. This is a plan. This is something that we do A, B, C, D. And we're very intentional about it so that we can reap those rewards. Okay, but you got to put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, if you want to start making large money, I would say 10,000 is where it pretty much starts. That's where you start to where you're like weekly, you got some money coming in to where you're like, okay, cool. Because I could go through and actually I was just talking to this about Lambo the other day. We were talking about this in Telegram. We were going back and forth, but I'm at the point now where with my passive income alone, I'm not going to tell you guys exactly how much it is, but it's over six figures a year. And that can be done, right? You can reverse engineer that, right? You can reverse engineer that. You can say, okay, I want to make, let's say, 130,000. Well, you figure out based on the percentages, the weekly percentages that I give to you guys, you can figure it out. Let me go over those again. Capitalium, 4.13% a week. Invisible AI, 10% a week. Rento Trade, 12.5% a week. Vecuber, 6.8% a week. 1 weeks, 5% a week. CloudFi, 6.25% a week. ETF Pool, 5% a week. Sportsbook Partners, 6% a week. First Network, 2% a week. GS Partners, 5% a week. QP, 10% a week. Fortic United, 4% a week. So you take those percentages, you take that weekly growth, depending on what you're putting in, and you can reverse engineer 130,000 a year easily, right? That's how to do it, right? That's how to get yourself a passive income that puts you in the space that you need to be at. Lambo said, but the bounce back and is what made you, and God had a perfect plan for you, and now you're helping everyone else out. Full salute to you, my man. Yeah, man, and definitely that's what it is. See, I had to go to that place to get to this place, right? I couldn't be the guy who just read it in the Word, applied it, and and then just did good. Unfortunately, it didn't work that way for me, right? I think that's the better way to do it. If you can read it in the Word, if you can apply it to your life, like go get some sauce from Lambo Drew and apply it. You never have to go through what I went through. I don't think anybody should have to go through what I went through, right? It's not a good look. But that's what I had to go through. Yeah, and I had to go through that profit process. And what I say is that I don't like what happened. I don't like what I had to go through, but I do like the man that I am today, and I would not be the man that I am today had I not gone through that, right? So I did have to go to that point to get to where I'm at today, right? And where I'm at today is I'm back with my family, right? I'm the son that I always wanted to be but never really could be. I am the friend that I always wanted to be but never could be. I am the relationship partner that I always wanted to be but never could be, right? I am that person today, but I had to go through that, to get to where I'm at today. So shout out to you for that, Lambo. Angie, I appreciate your honesty. Oh yeah, absolutely. See, that's another thing is that I'm giving it to you guys straight. I'm giving it to you the way that it is. We don't pull any punches here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. We talk about the good, we talk about the bad, we talk about the ugly. And when these platforms mess up, they get called to account here, right? Which is why I got people in my email, saying, "Oh man, you should be talking about this like that." Da, 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 da. I got people in the comments, going on telling on me, right? So he's talking about you on YouTube. He's talking. You said not to talk about the platform, and he's talking about it. Okay, fine. Fine. It is what it is. Right? So I'm not going to be Mr. Number 1 popularity with all the platforms, but what I am going to do is I'm going to give you the sauce that nobody else is giving to you so that you can make an informed decision. C12 is a perfect example of that. C12 literally shut me down, took all my money that I had in the platform because I said something that was not complimentary. Because I came on here and I warned you guys. I said, "Hey, the writing's on the wall. Pull your money out now. This thing is about to shut down." And because I did that, they directly responded to me by, you know, just taking me out. And unfortunately, some of the people who were under me, I think most of the people ended up getting their payments, but it was ugly. But I'm willing to do that so that you guys get the sauce, right? I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to put myself in a place where, people go, "Oh, I don't know if I'm comfortable with what he's doing. I don't know if I'm comfortable with the way he's sharing this. I don't know if I'm comfortable with the way he's talking about this." I'm willing to put myself in that position to because I am for the investor, right? I am for the person who's a regular person who's trying to come into this space and make money. I'm not working for a company, right? The companies are going to come and go. The platforms are going to come and go. I am working because I love to do it, right? I talk a lot because I love to talk, right? I love to talk about my journey. I love to talk about what I'm doing in space. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to give you the sauce, right? I'm not trying to make a company rich. The companies are going to either rise or they're going to fall, and that's on them, right? But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give you the orange pill, titanium pill, stainless steel pill sauce that nobody else is giving to you and coming to you real about it. Lambo says, "We couldn't have it any other way with you. 100, 100, a general in this space." Thank you. I appreciate that. And guys, anybody who's making a hate channel is not going to get comments like that. Right? Anybody who's making a channel focusing on negativity, trying to run others down, trying to call, trying to just get views right off of bringing other people down, they're never going to get those kind of comments, right? You changed my life, right? Unlimited Freedom Network changed my life. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I'm now making this and this. Thank you so much. I'm now able to do this for my wife or for my kids. Y- you know that's what happens when you add value, right? And people who just make hate channels, they're not adding value. They might be giving you a little bit of entertainment. They might give you a couple of chuckles. They might give you a laugh every now and then, but they're not adding value that's going to impact your life in a positive way. And so therefore they're not getting those type of comments. All right. So actually that was a great comment. How would you recommend investing to see some large profits? Yeah, I would recommend getting yourself to 10K. Yeah, I think that's where the real money starts coming in. To where you can it's not like quit your job money at that point. Like if you're able to replace your income, there you go, right? And people making between 30 and 40,000 a year, the average person makes that. So the first order of business would be to replace that and then grow from there. All right, this was somebody who was talking about the Eddie Alexandre debacle and sounds exactly like Novatech with the church. LOL. Yeah, I mean, I could see where you would make some similarities there, but Eddie Alexandre, he got targeted as a criminal from the start, right? And the feds really did go after him in a criminal investigation, right? What's happening with Novatech is a civil investigation. What's happening with Novatech is a back and forth, right? But what happened with Eddie Alexandre was they came after him for the express purpose of prosecuting him and putting him in prison. So that's the difference. But as far as getting the church involved, getting the nation of Haiti and his people involved and everything like that, it is what it is, guys. One one man's successful business is another man's Ponzi scheme, right? It all depends on if you're being targeted by these people. Like I said, I was an insurance broker. Guys, do you think the insurance is not a racket? It's a complete racket. It's a complete racket. It's just a legal one. Why is it legal? Because they say it's legal. Because the people in power say you can do this, but you can't do that. This over here is a successful business. This over here is a Ponzi scheme, right? So who wins? The person who wins is the person who they want to win. And then the person who they don't, they go out. I don't know why they targeted Eddie Alexandria. I just know that they did, and but that's where the similarities end because Novatech is not being criminally they're not dealing with a criminal case. All right. Let's see what else we got right now. Somebody's talking about the matching bonus from Invisible AI. Yeah, Invisible AI does have a good matching bonus. They've actually got a lot of good bonuses. So what the thing that I like about the referral program with Invisible AI is that it's pretty linear. Right, so you don't have one leg over here, another leg over here, another leg up there. It's just a linear affiliate referral program. So if you refer somebody, boom, you get a commission. They also do the bonuses. They do the matching bonuses. So it's one of the reasons that I got excited to be a part of Invisible AI is because that they are doing things intentionally to grow their company. Right, when you start giving out matching bonuses and different types of affiliate bonuses, you know that they are trying to grow their company. And so it gives me an extra boost of confidence when they do that. Also, it's linear, so you don't have to worry about placing this person here, placing that person there. Uh, Guys, no, we want to be. Let's keep it simple, right? Let's have a nice, simple compensation plan. Millennium Jen says, "How long does it take to learn how to trade?" That depends. I mean, if you get my trading strategy, it's easy to learn, right? And then it's easy to replicate. But what you have to learn really is discipline, right? You have to learn the discipline to just do the strategy exactly how I teach the strategy. And over time, you will be profitable. What happens with trading is that people see that they can make a lot of money right away. And so that kind of goes to their head. And then they start taking risks that they shouldn't be taking. They're risking more than 5% of the account, right? They're not practicing their risk management strategies. They're trying to make the market come to them, right? They're trying to force the market, right? And so Millennium Gen, if you can be disciplined and you can learn this because you can learn the strategy in a day, right? I mean, it's a simple strategy, right? It's a simple strategy, right? But it's attainable, it's achievable, and the best part is it's sustainable, right? This is a strategy that I back tested over weeks and months to make sure that it would be profitable weekly, profitable monthly. It did not have to be profitable daily, right? That's a whole nother animal, but it was profitable weekly and profitable monthly, therefore compoundable. You can learn it very quickly. But the trick is staying disciplined and just going along with the strategy. If you can do that, you can have really great results. And a lot of my students are having really great results, right? We had one of them who was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still there, but shout out to you, Bruce. All right. All right. All right. All right. So this one is about 1 week. Does the Forex compound daily? No, it's a 16-day deal. So 1 week is to start out with 1 week. It's a 16-day deal, and then after you grow for 16 days, if you take your profit plus your initial investment and reinvest it, you can compound. But it's 16 days at a time, right? That's how that works. So shout out to 1 weeks. Another platform that I'm really definitely taking a part in and making some good passive income there. There's a company here. Somebody says there's a company called Energy Global. They have a lot of secrets and a lot of hidden fees. No good. Can you look into it for me? They are no good. Well, dude, if you think they're no good, why do you want me to look into it for you? You've already made up your mind, right? Here's what I will say though, and here's what I think about the fees. I don't mind a company that charges fees because if a company is charging me fees, I know that they're making money off of those fees because they're not just charging me the fees, they're charging it to everybody, right? And they have to make money to be able to stay liquid and to be able to stay in business for longer periods of time. That's why I don't get mad at GS Partners. Some people get mad at GS Partners because they got a lot of fees. I don't care. You can charge me all the fees you want as long as I'm making my passive income. Go ahead, charge me a fee. I don't care. Make your money. Do that, right? Go with God, my friend, right? Make your money, charge the fee. It doesn't matter to me as long as I'm able to make my money. If I'm able to get mine, I don't have a problem with you getting yours, right? And so fees to me are not a bad sign per se, right? You know, you can have hidden fees and you can have fees that are abusive and things like that. But I don't mind a platform that charges fees because that tells me that they have the mindset to make profit. So they're not just like, no, guys, nobody out here is making a platform just out of just out of completely altruistic reasons, right? Altruism is great. We all want to see each other succeed. We all want to see people succeed. That's good, right? And there's a place for that, and a lot of the platforms have that. A lot of the CEOs of the platforms are very altruistic people, right? They're people who want to give back to the community. They want to do good things, but guys, they got to make money. That's the only way that they're going to survive. They have to make money, right? You can get it's like I always say with the people who who get the call, right? Some people get the call. I know now that I got the call on my life years ago, right? And some people get the call, but just because you have the call doesn't mean you're going to be able to go out and start a ministry. You got to have money for that, right? You got to have money, and if the money's not there, you're not going to really do anything, right? And that's just the way that things work. Right? And so I don't have a problem with the fees, right? You go ahead and charge the fees. I like a company that has a way to make money. And believe me, GS Partners is making a lot of money, right? Hand over fist. And that's why I say I give GS Partners as an example here, is because they've got a lot of fees. They do a lot of different things. They got their hands in a lot of different businesses, a lot of different business sectors, but that's good for me because that means that they're keeping themselves liquid and I need them to stay liquid so that I can keep getting my passive income that I'm giving every single week. Good stuff. The good sauce. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Here's one on QP. Good info. Is there a way to tell if those are real trades? So if you guys ever wonder if a trade is real, you can go to tradingview.com. Let me give you the link to that. One second here. Gonna resume my journey with TradingView. Anybody who's involved in crypto or crypto programs, you should know what this site is, okay? Because even though you might not realize it, if you're involved in crypto platforms, you are a crypto trader. That's what you're doing. Okay, there's the link. So what you can do is if you ever wonder about these trades, whether it's a crypto trade with Jensen Robles at Vortic United, or if it's one of the trades that QP did on the New York Stock Exchange, you can go to tradingview.com and you can back test it, and you'll see that the trades are real, right? You'll see that the pattern was there. And QP has a very easy pattern to recognize. It's a trading bot, so it only does the same thing over and over again. Same pattern, same technical analysis pattern. It wins more than it loses. That's all you have to do to be successful, right? And so since they have an algorithm that can do that, that's where you can see that, and you can backtest it using TradingView.com. So if you guys ever want to backtest to make sure that these trades are what people are saying they are, that's where you go. Okay. Now, you will have to learn a little bit about technical analysis and stuff like that to understand the patterns and to see what exactly they're doing. But you can learn that if you get my trading course. right? Because I teach that in the course, right? I teach basic technical analysis in the course. Okay, how I get the QP link. Once again, guys, the links are in the description. This person, shout out to you, Gary Miller. This person said the banks want it all. Wake up, people. They want you to live on the side of the road with no food. Sort of. They do have the central bank does have a mission, right? And their mission is to kind of keep people in the they want you to stay in your lane, right? They want you to stay in your lane, right? And so that's why DeFi is so important. That's why crypto is so important because it represents a way for us to not stay in our lane, right? It represents a way for us to get what the rich have always been getting it, right? The millionaires have always been doing these types of investments with these types of returns. It's always been a thing. You could always get a daily 1% of a return by investing into a sports book if you live like, for example, I lived in Las Vegas for 5 years. Now, you could get into a sports book, you can participate in their liquidity, and you can benefit off the sports book because the house always wins. You can get your 1% a day, but you better be coming with some millions, baby. You better be coming with $10 million. You better be coming with $100 million. There was no way that you could come with $1,000 and get that sort of a deal until DeFi, until crypto, until decentralized finance. These platforms were not a thing. You couldn't do it, but now we can, right? How long are we going to be able to? Time will tell. So that's why it's important for us in this space to understand that change is constant. But those who are first come are usually first served, right? So it's about being adaptable. It's about recognizing change when it happens and capitalizing on that. And right now we're in a window, right, where we're still able to do that for the most part. Some of the companies, yeah, they're getting the crackdown on them, right? But as long as as long as you're really doing what you're supposed to be doing, right, and complying for the most part with international law, you're going to be okay. Top five platforms. We talked about this a little bit earlier in the broadcast, but they are number five is Rento Trade. Number four is Vecuber. Number three is Invisible AI. Yes, all the way up to number three already. I love Invisible AI. Shout out to you for that. Number two is QP, and number one is Vortic United. So those are my top five. And my criteria for top five, my criteria has to do with how much potential income can you make from it. So because the more income you can make faster, the more you're going to be able to get your seed money back. So first thing you got to do is get your seed money back. Then you play with the profits after that. So how fast can you get that back? So it's got to be the percentage of the weekly passive income. Also, another thing that's important to me is the culture of the actual company, right? And another thing that's important to me is the simplicity of the comp plan. Okay. I'm not a big binary guy, right? I view when a company has all these different binaries and all these different legs, at the end of the day, what I know that they're doing is they're figuring out a way to take more money away from the people who are sharing the platform. So I prefer a platform that has a nice linear referral plan. It doesn't have to go 10 levels deep. It's nice if it does, but even if it's just a regular affiliate plan where they shoot you a little bit of money for the referral, right? It's just a regular affiliate plan. That's fine. Okay, I like they have to be simple to understand, simple to use, good percentages, good comp plan, right? What I have come to believe and what I've experienced is usually the more simple a platform is to understand, the better it's going to end up being, right? A good business concept, a simple platform, easy to use, good passive income, nice linear referral program. These are the things that I'm looking for now to get into my top five. But I got a lot of honorable mentions, right? I got a lot of honorable mentions. For example, I'm part of Live Good, right? I take my Live Good supplements, and anybody who hasn't checked out Live Good, you really ought to, right? Because they're doing some big things in the health and wellness space, and they have a crypto aspect. You can purchase with crypto, and they have a passive income aspect because they're bringing people in and putting people under you if you sign up as a marketer, right? As a promoter, they'll actually put people under you during this growth phase of their company, right? So yeah, Invisible is awesome. Yeah, I mean, Lambo, that's a good one, and I'll never forget being on that call with that top moderator. That's very informative. He's a very smart young man, and just gave me a lot of good sauce, right? To get interested in the platform, and then to really check it out and have the confidence to make a nice investment, right? Which is doing well. Yeah, simplicity is everything. Shout out to you, Megan. Exactly. I mean, let's keep it simple, right? Like the more crazy complexities they get into, the more I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about you. let's yeah, and that's why I like sportsbook partners. It's an easy to understand deal, right? I can get it. Partnering with a sportsbook, check. Makes sense, right? 1% a day, 6 days a week. Makes sense, right? That's 6% a week. No problem. Until I double my money. Makes sense, right? And then I can rinse and repeat and do it again. Easy, right? It's an easy concept. Okay. Where you can miss me is with all that binary stuff and worried about the left leg and the right leg and all that. You can miss me with that. Lambo, do you do glue tech? No, I do not, but you can shoot me a telegram or an email and I will check it out. You've given me some good plays already, so we'll definitely check that out if you shoot me the info on that. All right. Yeah, so this person wants to know where QP is located. QP deals with the GBP, and they're located in like the London, Great Britain type area. This person just says scam. Gonna have to give me some more than that. You're gonna have to give me more. If you're gonna come with the scam word, okay, if you're gonna come with the S word, right, you gotta give me something here. Just that's the whole comment. Scam. What? What's a scam? What are you talking about? Right? You care to elaborate? Right? You just want to come on here and say scam, right? So so there's a lot of funny things that you can do with the word scam. You could say still chilling at mom's or still clueless about money, right? A lot of times people who are like have that poverty mentality and that poverty mindset, they call everything a scam. And 9 times out of 10, they're still chilling at mom's or they're still clueless about money, right? So I don't look, I like to do research for myself, guys. I like to check something out for myself. I like to figure it out for myself. I don't just go off of what people say, right? I like to look into it and see if it's something that I can work with, if it's something that I can make money at. And if I can, I call that a business. I don't call that a scam. I call that a business. Yeah, Lambo, just shoot me anything you got, man. I will definitely take a look at it. Much respect to you and what you're doing. And then for guys, anybody, if you want to send me something, send it to my email, right? You can find my email linked in the description. I promise I look at everything. I don't join everything. It doesn't mean I'm not going to join. It just means I didn't join it right then when I first saw it, right? And I can't respond to every single person that emails me, but if I do decide to go forward with it, I'll definitely shoot you up. Well, you'll see that I do because you'll see unlimited freedom signed up under you. All right, all right, all right. So that's where the email is. Um, this person says, "Hi, I got around 70 USDT in the Verse Network work reward wallet, but I'm not able to withdraw it as there is no option to transfer reward wallet balance to cash wallet. Withdrawals are only given from cash wallet by Verse, or is there any other option of withdrawal? Can you please guide us on how to make a withdrawal from reward wallet? We have mailed them, but no response from them from the last 6 weeks. Please help." So yeah, I'll say this on the no response thing. That's definitely an L. I mean, you got to have good support, right? So if you're writing to their support and they're not responding to you, that's all bad, right? Because they're doing a lot. Verse Network's doing a lot. So if you're going to be doing that, guys, you got to up your game and you got to get some support, right? Shout out to Vortic United because they had good support from the start. Invisible AI has good support. A lot of the companies have good support, right? So it's not like an impossible thing to do, right? So get some support that's actually going to help people, and don't tell them to go to the upline, please. Right? That is such a cop out. They're writing to you for support. They're trying to get help. They're trying to get the answer for a question. And you say, oh, just talk to your upline. Bro, that's an L. That's an L. Okay. Don't have a support staff that's competent. It's not going to cost you that much in the grand scheme of things. All right. So, but here's what I want to say. Okay, I'm going to get back with you on the specifics of that. But I think that a lot of the bonuses and a lot of the referrals and things like that with Verse Network, they're only accessible if you have a certain amount of money already in the platform, right? Because they say that you can get this and that amount of ROI, but it's contingent on you having a certain amount of money actually in the platform. Also, it's contingent, I think, on time factors as well, right? So once that money becomes available, they will transfer it from from one wallet into your cash wallet, right? Because I got a ton of money in that wallet too, and I never, I don't worry about it. I just cash out from my cash wallet, right? So that'd be my answer for right now. Okay, here's something that I'm going to take issue with. Somebody said big banks are in on blockchain and crypto. ISO 2022 and FedNow are using the blockchain. Novatech hasn't shown any proof that they were actually doing any trading. People, if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. There are no get rich quick schemes. Crypto isn't a scam, but Novatech was. Where's your proof? Where's your proof? Right? Where's your proof that Novatech is a Ponzi scheme? I'm still waiting. Where is your proof that Novatech was a scam? You don't have any, right? So don't come on here making these claims that you can't back up because I'm going to ask for something called evidence. Right? And if you don't come with some evidence, then you're not coming with anything. Yeah. Yeah. The Fed is getting into crypto. You know why? Because they want to regulate crypto. That's why they're getting into it. You want to know why the central bank is getting involved with crypto? Why they're creating a cryptocurrency? Because they want to control it, just like they control your other money. They want to be able to freeze your crypto account, just like they can freeze your bank account, right? They want control. That's why they're not like getting into crypto because they agree with it. They're getting into crypto because they want to take it. They want to own it. That's why they're getting involved. Crypto's not a scam. Novatech's not. None of this stuff is a scam. Yeah, you'll see some failed businesses. It happens. 90% of businesses fail in their first year. Yeah, you will see that. You got to be smart when you play in this space. You got to go by your risk management principles. But to just say that this stuff is a scam and let this opportunity pass you by, man, I feel bad for you. This person said, "Hey, bro, what country do you have to be in when opening an account with Vortic United?" Guys, you can be in any company when you open an account with Vortic United. This person said, "Peace, Vaughn, peace, peace, Vaughn, peace from the Prince of Peace." I appreciate it. I do. And what I want you to know, guys, is that I have a peace on the inside, right? So even when I'm yelling, right? Even when I'm getting passionate, even when I'm talking, because I'm Italian, I talk with my hands, I still have a peace within, right? And a lot of the reasons why I do it is because, guys, look, you don't want me to be boring. You don't want me to come on here and be boring. You wouldn't be tuning in if I was boring, right? You got to have a little bit of sauce, right? You got to have a little bit of sauce. So there's an entertainment factor, but there's also an edutainment because it's part education, part entertainment. And that's the sauce. Guys, that's the sauce that nobody else has given to you. So Rico Suave, do you think Novatech is dead? No, I do not. No, no. In fact, I know that they're not. But what they are is they are not able to talk about their current situation, right? What they are is they're dealing with the courts and they're getting accused of not being compliant with certain laws and they're saying, "Okay, we're not compliant. What do we have to do to get compliant?" There's a conversation happening. There's lawyers involved and the first thing a lawyer is going to tell you if you ever get in trouble, I know, right, is don't talk about it. Don't say anything. Don't make any statements. Don't say anything, and they're in this legal situation. They got to deal with that. So no, I don't think they're dead. Uh, we've seen companies come through this before. Like I was talking about iMarkets Live earlier. iMarkets Live went through the same thing. So we've seen companies that have survived this. Seen companies that haven't survived this. They're not being charged criminally at this time. Okay, here comes the genius. Here comes the YouTube genius, right? Here comes the internet genius, right? Let me see if I can even read this. It's probably not even grammatically correct. Why are you talking about security versus whatever? Security versus whatever? Are you talking about securities? Are you saying I was talking about securities? Novatech was not a token or coin, so it was not a security. Bro, many tokens and coins are not securities. When did I say that Novatech was a security? However, it was violating the laws of these United States, oh, and Russia and Canada, and just about any civilized society who made Ponzi schemes illegal. There you go. Right? Original, right? You get the award for originality for the year, right? Super original, buddy. It's a Ponzi scheme. Guys, come on, man. Can you be a little bit more creative? Right? How do you know that they were breaking the law? Has that been proven? Has that been proven in a court of law? No, it hasn't. Right? You can get, yeah, I mean, you can get cases, you could go back and forth in the courts, but person is innocent until proven guilty. Have you ever heard of that? In these United States, that's how it used to be, at least. So I think it's not me who don't know what we're talking about. I think it's you who don't know what you're talking about. Right? But nice try. Right? Nice try. I've never heard that before. I've never heard Ponzi scheme before in regards to Nova. I've never heard it, right? Oh, it's a scam. It's a Ponzi. It's a pyramid scheme. Hey, good one. Very original, right? I never heard that before. Vaughn, question: which platforms allow you to compound daily and weekly? So here's the thing about compounding, guys. You could literally compound with anything, right? By just continuing to reinvest your profits. So the way compounding works is you take an initial investment, right? And then you grow it a little bit. So let's say you put in $1,000 into a platform and you grew it into 1,400. Now you turn around and take that 1,400 and put it back into the platform again, right? For another ride. It's a great ride. Maybe it's a 30-day ride. Maybe it's a 16-day ride, right? Maybe it's a month, right? Whatever. You put it in, you grow a little bit, now you take out your profits and your deposit, and then you put it back in. So now instead of investing with 1,000, you're investing with 1,400. That's compounding, right? You can compound with anything. Basically, that's it, right? I know that some of the platforms make compounding quote unquote easy, right? Like you were talking about Capitalium, Lambo. Shout out to Capitalium. They make compounding easy. They got a little switch that you can switch on. You can just compound everything. He says Capitalian is now allowing you to copy trade your own account and doing a strong 30 through 40% monthly. What? Man, I'm gonna have to check that out. Lambo Drew. So now you can earn two ways with the platform and without the platform. That's awesome. All right, Rico said, thank you. You're welcome, Rico. Thank you for tuning into the Unlimited Freedom Network. I appreciate you. So yeah, you can compound with anything, guys. Compounding is just when you're reinvesting, 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 reinvesting. That's going to create the compound effect. But I warn everybody about it. I warn you about it. Don't compound yourself into kingdom come if you haven't taken out any profits. Don't compound yourself into kingdom come if you haven't got your seed money back. You want to get your seed money back first, then you want to play with the profits, then you want to lock in some profits and take some profits. Take a little bit of profit, right? Then you can compound, right? That way you win either way because nobody knows what the future holds. Nobody knows how long this is going to last or how long this, that, or the other platform is going to be around. So it's better to get your seed money out first, take a little bit of profit. That way you're winning no matter what happens, and then you can compound. Right? That's my recommendation anyway. All right. This person talked about Vortic United. Oh, wait a minute. I got to get to Cash Money. Cash Money said, I am riding with you, unlimited freedom. Thank you, sir. Right? Cash Money has been watching me for a long time. Right? We've had some back and forth in the comments before, but it's gotten to the point where he understands. This person understands that. Hey, right? I've been watching your content. I've been looking at what you're doing, and now I'm at a point where I'm ready to say, "Hey, I'm riding with you." Cool. That's what I prefer, right? I would rather have somebody, question some things that I'm saying in the beginning, do the research themselves, and then come back and say, "Okay, cool. I'm going to ride with you now." Cool. I am happy to have you. Okay, this person talked about Vortic United. This platform is doing everything you said. Love it so far. Taking profits weekly. Got to get that seed money back. Thank you for sharing this. Absolutely. And once again, guys, these are the type of comments that I like to hear. It shows that what we're doing here is adding value to people's lives. You're not going to get that on a hate channel. You're not going to get that on a channel that's trying to take others down just so they can get clicks and views. You're not gonna get comments like that where you're actually where they think, "Hey, this person's actually being impacted." This person used, Vortic United support and got the problem resolved in 2 hours. That's what I said, guys. Vortic United has got the support game on lock, and they've had the support game on lock since they started, right? Because I used support when I first signed up for Vortic United, so and the support helped me. You actually talk to a real human, right? They get back with you within 24 hours. You said you got your support ticket resolved within 2 hours. I mean, that's why that's one of the reasons why they're sitting at number 1, right? Because they're just doing it right. Like I said, they're doing it the way that it should be done, and they've been doing it from the start. Now, the night one nice thing about Vortic United is that Jensen Robles was doing this privately before he even made Vortic United a thing. He was already a crypto trader, right? For those of you who don't know, Jensen Robles got into Bitcoin when it was $24 a Bitcoin, and he took a large sum of money, right? $24 a Bitcoin. It's now worth over 29,000. Imagine you got into Bitcoin when it was $24 a Bitcoin, and he bought a large sum of Bitcoin. He is a crypto millionaire, right? He's one of those crypto millionaires. For all you people who hate on crypto, what do you say about all these crypto millionaires? Huh? What do you have to say about that? Right? Is that a scam? He's a crypto millionaire. Is that a scam? And he didn't stop there. He started trading crypto, right? Why not? I mean, he's already a millionaire. He's going to learn a skill. He sit back, kick back. He's trading crypto. And then what he did was it was a normal regular growth. First he was trading it for himself, and then he took on a small number of friends and family and started increased his crypto pool with their money, pooled their money, started trading for them, and then one thing led to another, and eventually became a company, and eventually became Vortic United. And it wasn't something that they started overnight. It was something that gradually grew and grew and grew and grew, and it had a natural organic growth process, right? To the point where when they started, they already had a lot of their structures in place. They had a lot of their team in place, and so a lot of what they were going to do is him. Now, Bruce, I don't know if you've been here the whole time or if you just came back, but I've been talking about you, Bruce. Right? I've been telling people that you got the trading strategy, you implemented the strategy, you're not trying to reinvent the wheel, and you're making large sums of money on a daily in terms of your percentages. Right. So I'm glad that you had a good trading day today. That always feels great. Big dinner tonight. Definitely. Enjoy the rewards, right? Enjoy the rewards of the fruit of your labor. That's what I always say. I try to lock in my profits. When I'm trading and I grow my account up, I always try to pull some profits out. Okay. And then I go and do whatever with them. Lambo Drew says, so the only thing with Capitalium is you never get your seed money back. You just earn profits each day till you recoup over 4 through 5 months. Well, what I mean by that, Lambo, when I'm telling people to get their seed money back, is I'm telling them to like make the amount of money back that they put in. So in order to do that with Capitalium, is you would grow your Capitalium account. Let's say you put in 1,000. You would grow that Capitalium account until you have over 1,000. Then you take that out. That's what I mean by taking your seed money back, right? And then with whatever more profits, you continue to grow it, right? And Bruce says, "Oh, I am listening, brother, while trading. Awesome. Just don't get too distracted. Okay, you gotta when you're trading, you really gotta focus there. But Bruce is a success story, right? So it definitely can be done. And I'm pretty sure Bruce would agree with me that the number one thing you need is discipline, right? Once you actually learn the strategy, the number one thing that you need is you just need the discipline to wait for the market to come to you, to wait for the right setup, to wait for the right crossover, to wait for the right entry point, right? You have to exercise some discipline to just do the strategy. right? And you don't want to get stars in your eyes too quickly. You don't want to get like start thinking you're going to make $10,000 in a day. I know because I was like that. Right. And I have done that. I've made $10,000 in a day. And you know what? I lost just as much the next day. If it's not sustainable, then it doesn't matter if you make $10,000 in a day. If you make 10,000 in one day and then you lose 15 the next, guess what? You're down 5,000. Right. So it's better to have a strategy that, you just take steps a little bit at a time and grow it that way. Let's see what else we got. This person commented on Vortic United. He says, I'm sure it is doing amazing, just like Novatech was this time last year. There are clear differences between the two platforms, obviously, but I'm not buying the notion of it lasting another year. Good, good. Nobody's telling you to buy the notion of it lasting another year, right? That's not what we're saying. That's not what we're saying. Guys, you don't want to sit here and you don't want to sit here and think about if you're thinking about how long a platform is going to last, you're looking for a safe investment. So go get SPY, right? Go get into the S&P 500, right? Go to the New York Stock Exchange and buy SPY. That's the top 500 companies in the world. You get around just under 10% a year. You can expect to earn just about under 10% a year. It's going to go slower, right? But if you're looking for safety and long term, go get a stock, right? Get an ETF, right? Invest in SPY, right? You shouldn't be here if you're looking for long-term safety. We are looking for explosive growth, high yield growth, and we're playing it in such a way that we are working smarter, not harder, and we are using these platforms so that these platforms are not using us. You Who cares if it lasts long? If you can make your money back and make some profit, guess what? That's a win. You don't need it to last long. Your mentality, you're coming at it from the wrong mentality from the jump, from the start. You're coming at it with the wrong mentality. I don't bet it will last another year. Who's betting that it's going to last another year? Right? I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe it'll last 5 years, but that's not even, it shouldn't even be part of the equation. It shouldn't even be part of the conversation. The conversation is, hey, can I make money here? Right? If it lasts another year, that's great. If it lasts 5 years, great. 10 years, great. Personally, I think Vortic United has a good business model, and I'm pulling for them to last a long time. Okay. But guys, I mean, this isn't your 401k that we're talking about, right? We're not talking about your Roth IRA here. We're talking about a risky crypto space, high risk, high reward. You can make large sums of money, right? In the crypto space, you can make large sums of money, but there's more risk. Hey, you want the big reward? You got to take the bigger risk. Simple as that. Simple as that. All right, Bruce says, yes, you need the mindset, patience, and follow the strategy. Yep. Yes, sir. Blue Sky with the $20 super chat. Thank you very much, Blue Sky. Do appreciate it. You are keeping Roscoe fed. Okay. You're donating to Roscoe's food fund, right? So that way he's gonna get that nice farmer's dog, right? The nice food that he likes. Roscoe's my dog, guys. So thank you, guys. Anybody who's contributing to Roscoe's food fund, I definitely appreciate you, right? We want to keep Roscoe off of Instagram, right? We want to keep Roscoe away from the Twitch and the TikToks and all that. We don't want him going down that path, right? So we want to be able to get him food in another way. Lambo Drew says, "Yeah, I had you covered on that seed money strategy, my guy. I take all my seed money back early, but yes, was just making mention about Capitalian makes us what over time, yes, sir." Lambo says, "What's up to Blue Sky? We got some good family in the chat today." All right. This is another comment about Rento Trade. Have I made a withdrawal from it? Yes, I have. Okay, so I made a withdrawal when it was Bit Trade Station, and I also made a withdrawal when it turned into Rento Trade. So I've withdrawn from both the platforms. still works good. This person said, when this company is on American Greed episode, we will know the truth. So this one is about Novatech. And they're saying when Novatech is on an American Greed episode, then we will know the truth. Oh, is that right? So I guess everything that comes on an American Greed episode is the truth, right? I guess everything that you see on TV is true, right? I guess you just turn on CNN and you believe everything they tell you. You got Fox News on and you believe everything you hear. Oh, once we see it on American Greed, then we'll know it's true. It's a TV show. I mean, it's a TV show. They're there to get ratings. They're there to make money off of you. They're not interested in telling you the truth. Hey, if it's on TV, then at that point I know it's true. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Really? All right. This person said, who originated the complaints, not the clients? They were trading Forex. This is about Novatech. Who originated the complaints, not the clients, right? They were trading Forex, which includes pairs BTC USD and ETH USD. MT4 and MT5 are Forex platforms. Oh, okay. You sent crypto and received crypto payments because of ease and cost of payments. Forex does not come under the SEC, but the commodities regulator. Forex is not considered a securities. Okay, and your point, right? Somebody, right? Somebody complained, right? They did. I mean, somebody put them on the radar, right? But maybe a person wasn't even part of Novatech. Just said, "Oh, hey, this is a Ponzi scheme. I think I'm going to go complain to the government, right? Because you're the internet's detective, right? You're the internet's cop, right? You're internet police." Yeah, exactly, Lambo. If it's on American Greed, it must be true, right? I mean, come on, right? I mean, what am I thinking? Jeez, I mean, if it comes on American Greed, it must be the truth. All right, this person said, "Love it, buddy. Thank you." This person said, if they don't return your money, it's on them. I truly believe no good will come of it. This is about Novatech, once again. So you see, this person says, if they don't return your money, it's on them. I truly believe no good will come of it to them. Meanwhile, those who made the sacrifice, hoping to get a break, are deeper into debt. I truly hope they do the honorable thing by returning our money. So this comment has a few different pieces to it that I want to break down. Okay, so let's get into the first part of this comment. If they don't return your money, it's on them. Well, what you have to understand is that they did return money. They were returning. Okay, so this happened back in October with the cease and desist orders, October 2022. Now, what they failed to do was they failed to communicate when that happened. The cease and desist orders came in and people got scared. People panicked. They withdrew their money in October. They withdrew their money in November. They withdrew their money up till halfway through December, and Novatech paid everything that they withdrew until they couldn't anymore. They gave everything. They paid everything until their liquidity was down to zero. At which point they couldn't pay anymore because they didn't have anything more liquid. All the other funds were tied up. They couldn't pay anymore. They didn't have any more to pay. So they did pay everything. Right? So they did. So that's what you have to recognize. Right? Is that a lot of people took their money out back then. And you got to give them that, you got to give credit where credit is due. Okay? You can't act like they just ran away with everybody's money because that's not what happened. If they were a Ponzi scheme, they could have done that back in October and just paid nobody out. They could have said, "Hey, you know what, guys? One of our traders blew the account. Sorry about that. The money's gone." What could anybody have done if they would have done? There's nothing anybody could have done if they would have done. Then they could have taken the money and run, but they didn't. They didn't do that. Okay, so the premise here, you're saying that if they don't return the money, it's on them. They returned all the money that they had to return. Okay, then they tried to get back up again in April, But right when they re-released, the state of Wisconsin came with the with the court cases. Okay, the second part of your comment, I truly believe no good will come of it to them. Meanwhile, those who made the sacrifice hoping to get a break are deeper into debt. I truly hope they do the honorable thing by returning our money. Okay, so when you say no good will come of it to them, yeah, I mean, you're once again you're going on the premise that they like have all this money somehow, right? I don't think they do, man. Right? I mean, they gave all the money. They gave all the money back that they could, and now the accounts are all frozen. They can't do anything now, until they get through these proceedings that they're dealing with. Okay, next up, I truly hope they do the honorable thing by returning our money. Oh, let's talk about the people who made the sacrifice hoping to get a break and are deeper in debt. Okay. All right. Let's talk about that. Okay. The people who sacrificed trying to get a break and are now deeper in debt. Let's talk about it. Okay. That happened. What are you going to do now? That's my question. Let's say you're one of those people, right? You you put a lot into Novatech, maybe you over leveraged yourself, you got deeper in debt, and now the money's, at least for the meantime, it's locked up. You can't get it. Okay. That happened. That's the past. We can't change it now. What are you going to do about it? Okay, you're gonna go, oh man, well, I'm deeper in debt. It was all a scam, it was all a fraud. The whole crypto thing is all a fraud. I'm going back to my 9 to 5. I'm out. Okay. It's a possibility. Sometimes it has to get worse before it gets better, guys. I told you about my story with trading, like with learning how to trade binary options and forex trading. It got worse before it got better, right? I lost a lot to develop that strategy, right? Now I've made it all back at this point and then some. Okay, but hey, this is something you can either take this as a lesson and do better next time and continue to move forward, or you can choose to give up. Now, the only way to really lose in this space long term is if you choose to give up, right? So I am not downgrading what happened to you, right? I'm not like washing over it here. Okay. Especially, I'm sorry, especially if you got lied to, right? Maybe maybe somebody told you it was this big safe hedge fund, and you're never going to have any problems, right? Maybe they told you that, and if they did, then I'm sorry that that happened to you, right? But what are you going to do about it, right? We have to operate in what is, not what should have been, what should be. We have to operate in the reality of what is. What are you going to do about it, right? When I got to a certain age, guess what? I had to start I had to start working out more, right? I had to start jogging, right? I had to start doing different things. Because what was I going to do? What was I going to do about it? Right? If this happens, right, when you get zeroed out, it's so important. And that is a defining moment in your life, right? Because at that point you can make a decision to get back up, move forward, and win, right? Now, I give you guys a lot of sauce on how to do that here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. Okay, we talk about strategies, right? We talk about ways to invest, so ways to win, right? Ways to spread out your risk, right? Ways to do risk management. Let's face it, a lot of people at NOVATECH, because it did go for 4 years, right? A lot of people got so comfortable with it that they put more, and ended up, unfortunately, over leveraging themselves and putting in too much without taking anything out, right? So let's learn from that mistake. Okay, because you can get it. I don't care how much you put into Novatech, you can get it back. At the end of the day, it's numbers on a screen, guys. At the end of the day, it all comes down to numbers, right? That's what money is. That's what currency is, right? We're talking about numbers. We're talking about something that we have, something that we've all agreed upon as humans, right? You can get it back, but you got to figure out, okay, what did I do wrong this time? I'm going to do better next time. Then you got to get back up, right? Wishing bad upon Novatech is not going to help you. Wishing bad upon anybody is not going to help you. In fact, it's probably going to hinder you. Right? 'Cause remember what I was saying earlier. You get out what you put in, right? So if you put in bad, you're going to get bad out. If you put in negative, you're going to get negative out. So I think that it's better and I think it's more productive for all of us to sit here and go, okay, that happened. I'm going to put that over here. I'm going to put that in a compartment over here. And what am I going to do to move forward? What moves am I going to make today? Yeah, you made a move back then. It either worked out or it didn't work out. That's fine. What move are you going to make today? What move are you going to make now? Right? What are you going to do to move forward? Right? Because we don't have the luxury to just sit there and worry about something all day, right? No, this is the day. What are you going to do today? All right, all right, all right. Let's see what we got. Okay, you guys are giving each other shout outs. Lambo says, Novatech, boy, that was a tough one. They went almost 4 years. They helped a lot of people. Were you ever part of Traders Domain or GTA? No, no, I was not. Blue Sky, I placed a cease and disorder. Blue Sky, I placed a cease and desist order on lack. I placed a cease and desist order on debt. I placed a cease and desist on thinking small. That's the mentality, right? That's the mentality. You've done some work on yourself, right? You've done some work on self improvement, right? You've done some work on growth, right? And there are people who are new to this space who still need to get that work in, and they need to figure out that, hey, what, and what you're talking about is a real thing, right? When you do that in your mind, that's a real thing. That's called neuro linguistic programming. It's a real thing. The US military does it, right? The United States Marines, the most strong, powerful fighting force in the world, uses neuro linguistic programming. Why? Because it works. Do we know why it works? Okay. Well, I believe I know why it works because it's in the Bible. That's why. But the point is, it works. Neurolinguistic programming is when you change your beliefs. You can literally change your beliefs by programming your subconscious mind, right? As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is, right? The tongue is a small thing, but it's like a rudder that steers the whole ship, right? Is this ringing any bells, right? Guys, you can literally change your beliefs by what you say to yourself and by what you allow yourself to think about, what you allow yourself to say, right? And it's just like that. I place a cease and desist order on lack. I place a cease and desist order on debt. I place a cease and desist order on thinking small, right? One of my favorites. Large sums of money come to me easily and quickly from multiple different sources in the best interest of all that I get to keep, use, give, and spend joyously. Right? I can say it in my sleep. I do say it in my sleep. Right? That doesn't matter if you're seeing it right now. What matters is you're programming yourself to bring that about. You're literally like programming the subroutines of your mind and your body to take you into that point in life where you bring that about, where it happens. Neuro linguistic programming, guys, that's a thing. Shout out to you, Blue Sky. You gave me a nice little tangent there to go on. I appreciate it. Yeah, so the whole thing here is you're not looking at what they did do. You're saying, "Oh, I hope that they do I hope they do the honorable thing by returning the money," but you're not looking at what they did. What did they do in October? What did they do in November? What did they do in December? Right? You're not looking at the people who did, who it did work out for, which there were people who it did work out for, right? But the point is there were forces at work beyond anybody's control, guys. I mean, you know what I mean? And it's like you get into business with somebody, something terrible happens, right? They get into trouble or whatever it is, and then you say, I blame that person. Why? You know, why does it have to fall on one person, right? Is that honestly what you I mean, is that honestly what you think? You think that it's all some big sham? That would be a pretty I mean, come on. You think they went through all this to just be some big sham? No. All right. Sobe. Sobe, what's up, Sobe? Good to have you here. Many of us blow at least an account before learning our better strategy. Yep. Yeah, it happens. I mean, a lot of people, the account they blew was NOVATECH. That's the account they blew. That could be their learning point. Lambo says, Blue, LSF for real. Lambo says, do you work with prop firms in your trading courses? So what I do is I teach a simple binary options trading strategy. It's the strategy that I use every single day. It's attainable, achievable, sustainable. It's how I make more than I ever made before. I don't really deal with any prop firms or do anything aside from that. But what I do is I teach that strategy in my trading course, right? So that anybody can copy my profitable strategy, and that way they can just go in the markets and start making money for themselves. It's usually about an hour a day that I give to it, something like that. Alrighty. This person said, how long did it take for the cases to close from beginning to end? So I just gave him a time frame, and this was the Alexandre thing. The Eddie Alexandre, it started September 2021. That's when the case got opened against Eddie Alexandre. It went through May 2022. That's when the case was closed. He sat around for a while, and then he ended up getting sentenced July 18th, 2023, and they ended up giving him 9 years in the feds, which is not it's not hard time, guys. I mean, it's I mean, it's you could get conjugal visits, like you can get a girlfriend in the feds. You can have your girlfriend come visit you on the weekends. You get privacy with your girl, right? Conjugal visits. Right. You can play tennis, man. You can play golf. You don't have to sell, like if you're white, you don't have to sell with the whites. If you're black, you don't have to sell with the blacks. A white and a black can be in the same cell together. The feds is easy time, guys, easy time, right? If you're going to do time, right, the feds is a good place to do time, right? Because it's kind of like the club fed is what they call it, club fed, right? It ain't like the state, brother. Let me tell you that right now. All right, Lambo. What about covered calls? Yeah, no, I know where you're at with that. And I did learn about all that stuff, and I taught myself about that. But I don't like on a day to day basis. I just found a niche, which my niche is binary options trading, and that's just what works for me, and I'm just totally that's what I do. Okay, Blue Sky. Novatech was a resource, not the source. All platforms are a resource. To God be the glory. Well, yeah, I mean, that's absolutely the right way to look at it. Millennium Gen says Novatech definitely owes you a good reward for being the only one that I hear positively representing them. Oh yeah, that's okay. Sometimes, listen, man, I've done both, right? I've done both, right? I was really hard on Novatech while they were still running, right? I was really hard on them because I wanted them to get better, right? And everybody, oh man, Vaughn, you're a hater, man. You're just a hater. No, man, I wasn't that. It was that I want them to get better. I was like, fix it, fix it. I want you to fix it. Please fix it. Right? That's where I was coming from. Right? But yeah, look, here's the thing: is that this is a thing that is real in a lot of people's minds right now, and it's the thing that's real that a lot of people are going through right now, and it needs to be talked about. And I have the information on what's going on, right? I decided, right, and some people are still mad at me to this day because I decided to come on here and share it with the world, right? And they say, oh no, you should not have done that, right? I got people to this day who think that this whole YouTube thing is a big mistake, right? I shouldn't be talking about Novatech. Well, if nobody says what's going on, then there's going to be a bunch of misinformation out there. So I don't see what the problem is, right? I mean, to me, I just see the internet as a way to communicate with people. That's it. I mean, it's just like when I was coming up, we had you had to do actually. I don't want to date myself too much here, but there was a time in my life when I was selling life insurance where you would go to people's house and knock on the door, right? You would come in and sit down with them, right? One on one, right? One on one in their house at their dining room table, right? Talking about their life insurance, right? And then it got to the cell phone. People were more comfortable doing it over the phone. So, okay, now I can sit in an office and call and talk people over the phone. Cool. Then it got the internet. Right now, we're doing YouTube. Right now, we're doing the different social media platforms. It's just the same thing. It's just communication. It's just another way to communicate. Right? It's not some evil thing. It's not some bad thing. People are going to think what they want anyway. If they think it's a scam, they're going to think it's a scam, whether I'm on YouTube talking about it or not. They're going to think what they think. Right? So that's my position when it comes to social media. Okay. And yeah, well, look, Millennium Gen, what I'm doing is I'm just reminding people what's going on, right? I'm basically talking about what's going on, and we're doing a fair perspective. We're not going too far one way, we're not going too far the other, right? I'm not sitting here promising that Novatech is going to come back and give you all your money. I'm not promising that. I don't know, right? I hope that they're able to rebrand, they're able to come back, they're able to get compliant, and we can move this thing forward. Wouldn't that be cool? Hey, it's happened before. Look, do your research on iMarkets Live. It happened with them. All right, all right, all right. Lambo Drew says one thing about you and platforms, you're going to make sure you call them out. Yeah, man, I call them out. I call them to account. I take them to task. I do all that, right? Because at the end of the day, this is for us, right? This is for us, the people, to be able to come up with strategies to to win, right? To succeed, right? We're not here. What do I owe a platform, right? To come on here and like I work for them? Don't, right? But what I will do is I will give you the good as well, right? And if somebody starts slipping, hey, you got to call it for what it is, guys. I mean, it's just as simple as that. Because if something were to happen, I want people to come back and say, well, hey, that guy Unlimited Freedom, he actually warned that was going to happen before it did. I still get comments to this day about C12, like, Vaughn, dude, thank you for warning us about that. Because like literally, I made that YouTube video and C12 was done like 2 or 3 days later. Right? And no, it wasn't because I made a YouTube video, right? Nice try. Nice try. No, they were already starting their shenanigans before I made the video. All right, Megan Lou. Blue sky, amen to that. God is the source. Absolutely. Speaking about that, guys, go check out Lambo Drew because he's got some good sauce when it comes to spirituality. He had this lady on there, I think it was Tuesday, man. Woo! That was good stuff. That was good stuff. Sometimes we just need a reminder to take ourselves out of the way and let God run the show, right? I mean, that's the only way that it's really going to work at the end of the day, right? Not my will, but thy will be done, right? And then you know, that's the trick, right? That's the ticket. Appreciate the comment. Okay. All right. This person said, and this is about Novatech. This person said, do you think Cynthia is trying to get into compliance so that she can operate again? Or is Novatech done for good? And I love your platform. Good job. Okay. Yeah. They're trying to survive. That's what's going on. I don't think, right? That's what I know. Okay. Yes, that's exactly it. They're trying to get compliant. Okay. It's basically this is what's happening. The government's going, you're not compliant. Novatech's going, okay, I'm sorry. How do we get compliant? Right? Because we want to be compliant. Right? They're not saying screw you, forget about you. They're not fighting it like that, right? They're saying, okay, you're saying we're not compliant. What do we have to do to get compliant? We're willing to take those steps. This point is going on between the lawyers, and that's all that I can say about it right now because nothing else can be said. Okay, here's another scam comment. If it looks like a scam and acts like a scam, it's a scam. The people who made money were getting other people's investments as payment. Oh, yeah. Hey, we got another award for originality, right? We got another original thinker here on Unlimited Freedom YouTube. Another original thinker, right? With a great creative original concept. It's a Ponzi, right? It's a Ponzi scheme, right? You were getting other people's money. Okay, where's your proof? Come on, man. I'm still waiting for you guys to prove that. Been saying it all this time. Where's your proof? Where's your proof? Eddie Alexander, he's in jail for a Ponzi scheme. That's not happening with NOVATECH. Where's your proof? Just prove it. Okay, you're so sure about that it's a Ponzi scheme, and yet everything that I said still holds true, right? And yet everything that I said still happened. And once again, if it was a Ponzi scheme, why didn't they leave in October? Why didn't they pull the rug? If it was a Ponzi scheme, then it was the worst run Ponzi scheme in the history of mankind. Because why'd you give all the people their money? If you were a Ponzi, hey, look, if I was a Ponzi scheme, if I was doing a Ponzi scheme, I would have pulled that rug back in October. When that first cease and desist order happened, I'd be like, hey, sorry guys, one of our traders messed up. Sorry about that. Your money's gone. Better luck next time. We'll be back though. You know what I mean? And I would take all that money and bounce. I would be gone. You would not find me. Right? But I'm not running a Ponzi scheme, right? And I don't think NOVATECH was either because they didn't do that. They literally gave people their money until they ran out of money. There was none left. Why did they freeze the trading accounts? Because there was no liquid money. That's why. All right, then this guy, this is the same guy who was talking crazy about NOVATECH before. He's writing in all caps at this point, right? So he's really like, he's just really wants some. And I hope you guys like all this free attention that I'm giving you because I'm giving you your 10-second dirty high. Hopefully, you're tuning in to see it, right? Or hopefully, you see it on the replay, right? I'm giving you your 15 seconds of fame, right? And we're talking about your comment. Now he's in all caps. All right, let's see what he has to say in all caps. That they are much bigger crooks because it doesn't belong to them. Everyone is looking for a break. This just opens up a bigger hole, but karma knows everyone's address. No one ever gained from stealing, always a curse. Problem is, you don't know that they were stealing, right? That's an accusation that has not been proven, right? You're making an accusation. You're saying that they're going to have some sort of curse because they were stealing, but you don't know that they were stealing. Once again, do we have to go back to the October scenario again? I mean, by this time, you ought to know. Like, look, man, dude, they could have pulled the rug back in October and come out with a lot more. But no, they gave everybody their money until they literally ran out of money. Come on. All right, Blue Sky says Lambo. Yes, he does. Vaughn will definitely put him on blast, good or bad. Serve up the sauce and give us some nature boy holler. And I'm here for all of it. That's right. Peace, Megan. Yes, Blue Sky. Okay, yes, that's right. Hit the like button because nobody else is giving you the same kind of sauce that I'm giving you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. They're just not doing it, guys. Right? They're not giving you the same kind of sauce. And yeah, Lambo, exactly. I gave him his 15 seconds of fame. He got his 10-second dirty high, right, from making some crazy comment, and hopefully he gets to see it, right? This is a highlight of his year, right? Okay. All right. Yeah. Here's the thing: is this guy? You really believe that they were stealing, right? So you have a lot of faith. You're exercising a lot of faith that they're criminals. If you took that same faith and put it towards something else, you could probably do something pretty productive in your life, right? You got a lot of faith there, but you're putting it into bad, negative things. All right, this person said, I made a deposit in a reto trade on Monday, August 7th, and it was approved on August 9th. I'm okay with that, knowing that they are middle of a migrating accounts from BitTrade Station. Agree with Vaughn. I'll wait until they prove themselves before making any more deposits. First goal is to get my initial deposit back. Exactly right. Right. I'm glad that you got your money turned over. And yeah, listen. I've already taken out a withdrawal. It worked. It's fine. Everything seems to be working. Right? I just my only beef there with them is that I know that they took away some because I had I was building with Bit Trade Station, right? So I had people under me at Bit Trade Station, and then I moved over to Rento Trade, and where'd the people go, right? They all magically disappeared. Now I got no one under me anymore, right? Well, yeah, they gave me my deposit at least, right? But I know that there was some shenanigans, right? Because I had a nice little team going there. Now it's gone. Fine, fine, fine. I will give you this one pass, right? But I'll build it back, right? But at the end of the day, 12.5% a week. Yeah, I'm gonna give them a little bit of leeway because if they can keep getting that 12.5% a week, I'm gonna be good to go. All right, Angie, this is one from you. Love it when you come with great advice. Thank you, and keep up the great information. Thank you. I shall. Blue Sky is always showing love. This guy says Saturday is your Sabbath. Are you a member of the SDA Church? By the way, are you still invested in what was once known as taking the program so far underground? He thinks it's doing something illegal. So, yes, I'm still a part of it. I can't talk about it. Okay, I can't talk about it. Somebody ratted me out right to the CEO, and the CEO gave me a message. Gave me a message, and it wasn't like he wasn't saying, "Hi, Vaughn, nice to meet you." It wasn't that kind of a message. It wasn't. Okay. Okay, so I can't talk about it, right? But it's a private thing. It's in my you go to my links in the description, go to my Telegram. There's a private Telegram that you can get on and you can learn more about it there. Now, as far as the Sabbath, I just choose to do it on a Saturday. Okay, it's not I'm not like part of some church that makes you do it on a Saturday or anything like that. I choose to do it on a Saturday. I serve at my local church on Sunday. Okay, we have multiple meetings on Sunday and I perform service there, right? So I prefer to take my day of rest on Saturday where I actually can rest and not do anything, right? And I think that a day of rest is good, whether you're religious or not. I think that everybody should take a day of rest at least once a week to recharge, right? Do some stuff that you want to do, right? Could get caught up on your reading or watching your favorite show, whatever it is, just to kind of recharge your batteries a little bit. I think that's important. But no, I don't. I'm not in some special church that makes me do it on Saturday. Any recommendations on which VPN package to get? Well, guys, I mean, you guys can recommend it. I mean, I use NordVPN, okay, but that one costs money, right? I hear that Proton has a free VPN that you could use, so you might want to check that out. But I think that everybody definitely needs to get a VPN because unfortunately, that's where this thing is going. With all the regulations happening in the United States, unfortunately, this sector is going overseas. And it's pretty much the first time, maybe in history, that that's ever happened to where you've got a new cutting edge technology and the United States is like actually pushing it away, doesn't want it. Right. So the truth is stranger than fiction, guys. We're living in strange times, but you got to get a VPN. That way you can access some great platforms like VECUBER Guild. Man, whoo, I would get a VPN just to access VECUBER Guild. That thing is cool. That thing is cool. All right. Leave Cynthia. Here's another NOVATECH. Surprise, surprise. This person says, leave Cynthia Petion alone. Let her enjoy the millions she stole and living her best life in Dubai. She already forgot about y'all. See, now that is a figment of your imagination, my friend, right? Now, that's not a bad idea if it really had been a Ponzi scheme. Maybe they should have done that back in October and been in Dubai and all that. But the fact is, your fact is just factually incorrect. That's not what's happening right now, right? It's just not. I mean, it's a popular narrative, right, to stir people up and get people stirred up and riled up emotionally, but it's not the truth, right? The truth is a lot more boring than that, right? The truth is a lot more boring. The truth is they're caught up in regulatory red tape. That's the truth, right? It's not sexy, but it's true. That's what's going on, right? And we just have to wait and see how this thing plays out. All right. All right, guys. We have been broadcasting for 3 hours and 48 minutes here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. I do not have any more chats in the chat, and I have read all of the comments. for the past week. So we're doing it. This is the Friday Q&A here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. Make sure you guys tune in every Friday for that. And we will see you guys on the next one here at the Unlimited Freedom Network.